We can make it work. All right, I got a question for the two of you.
Okay.
So this movie's obviously called Camp Rock, and the camp in Camp Rock's called Camp Rock.
Camp Rock.
Yeah.
Yes, we all know this. We know this to be a fact.
Camp Rock.
However,
Camp
they have
Rock.
classes in many different genres of music. They have specifically hip-hop dancing.
Yeah.
They do have hip hop dancing.
So
And that's our only example.
that's our only example.
Literally.
But like, why is it called Camp Rock? And I guess like music camp doesn't sound that good. Band camp sounds different. That's a different thing altogether. It isn't. This movie's basically a band camp movie.
I mean, so many people have just like random trumpets and flutes.
Yeah.
And
Okay, actually, in the dining room, they like get condiments out of trumpets.
it was the like soda or whatever.
Yeah, the soda.
I made a note of that. That was so cute.
Yeah. So yeah, it's definitely music.
It's basically a band camp.
It's basically band camp.
Also, who started this?
Brown, right?
Yeah.
Did he?
I think so. Maybe not.
I don't know. I mean, he's like in charge. Did he found the camp?
I think he talked about it with the mom at the beginning. Maybe he runs it. I'm not sure he founded it.
Well, regardless, what I'm saying is this is a significant financial incentive for a camp that ultimately has like 40 people in it. So
It's too expensive for people
oh yeah,
to
that's
come.
true.
'Cause
We
it's
do
all these
know that it's
prestigious
only people who are rich can go.
Yeah, because it's like super prestigious, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I would like to
Everybody's
see the. I guess they did produce Connect 3. So
True.
there you go. But they are also already in the business because their uncle is this famous backup guitarist for Aerosmith and Mick Jagger and
Yeah.
the Stones. So
They already had an in.
Just saying, Nepo baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
all three of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Nepo
mean, you can't.
babies.
If your sibling's a Nepo baby, you are also a Nepo
Yeah.
baby.
That was a long kill.
You might have to edit some stuff around that, but
There's only 2 minutes. Welcome, everybody, to the DCOM Duo podcast.
I'm BenG.
I'm Kelsey.
And we're the DCOM Duo.
Not today.
What?
We're the DCOM Trio.
Well, this is news to me. I was not expecting this.
Day is back.
Back to
Yes.
talk about
Camp Rock. Camp Rock.
Camp Rock.
It's the Camp Rock episode. I know you've all been waiting for Camp Rock.
I'm so excited.
Yes, Camp Rock is one of the big ones. First off, we'd like to introduce Bay, but we've already done that before. Bay was on an episode previously, so if you wanted to get to know her a bit more in depth, go watch our Tangled Before Ever After
Episode. Yeah, that's what it's called.
Okay.
Yeah.
We talk about in that episode, there's like 4 weirdly named tangled things that all interlock with each other.
Yeah.
And the DCOM is just one part of it. So I couldn't remember what the name was. But yeah, go watch that one.
Yeah. Watch that one. Come back.
Yeah. So
all right. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Yes, welcome back. Bay is here for Camp Rock.
Camp Rock.
Because you love Camp Rock. Please tell us how much you love Camp Rock.
I love Camp Rock so much, you guys. Okay, literally, this was my childhood. I watched this movie so many times. I literally had a Camp Rock bedspread.
Ooh.
That I had
The
Mickey
Camp Rock
and Shane, and I slept there. And
Just
I
as
was
an
like,
awkward third wheel in the relationship.
Yeah. I wanted to be them. I was so obsessed.
If you wanted to find them, you gotta find them.
So Bay's the expert here for this episode of Camp Rock.
Kelsey and I have both also seen Camp Rock.
So many times.
Many times.
Yeah.
Like,
So-
I feel like if you were someone watching DCOMs in this era, you did as well. This is one of the big ones. Like,
pretty much everybody knows what Camp Rock is if you know about Disney Channel.
you guys can call me out if I'm incorrect about this. There's like 3 DCOM like franchises that stand above the rest, like in terms of popularity and scale. And that's High School Musical, which is probably in a tier of its own. Camp Rock and Halloween Town.
I would
And then I would say right below that's like Xenon and Cheetah Girls.
I would say Twitches too.
No, okay, I would argue that
Well, maybe not.
in terms of like really, really widespread popularity, Halloween Town really isn't there because you don't see Halloween Town merch, or you never have. At least I don't remember ever
Well, there
seeing
was a
it.
thing where that was before our generation.
I know, but was there really merch for it? Like, there's Camp Rock merch, there's High School Musical merch, there's Descendants merch you can find everywhere, and there's even a little sprinkle of zombies.
Well, the thing is, Descendants zombies are recent. That's why there's some merch for them. Whereas Halloween Town happened before internet shopping was popular.
They were
It was already
never-
done.
Yeah.
They were never gonna have merch for Halloween.
I'm talking about even in like stores. You could go to your
True.
local Walmart.
There's a lot more hocus pocus than Halloween Town.
You can go to your local Walmart and pick up a High School Musical backpack, especially like 2010s, like
Yeah.
when it was in its heyday.
Well, I
You
wasn't
could
buying
get a Camp
backpacks
Rock-
in 2002 when Halloween Town was huge.
Yeah, well, I don't know. We'll have to ask someone who was older during that time. But you could go
Also,
to your Walmart.
we're not talking about Halloween Town.
No, you could go to your Walmart though. You could get your Camp Rock bedspread. Like
Yes. Like
it
I
was
did.
big. Yeah.
It was great.
Okay.
How long did you
anyway.
have that bed?
I multiple years. I had that bedspread for like 3 years.
Nice.
I loved Camp
And then
Rock.
Camp Rock 2 came out and you burned it all
I
up.
was like, nah, I'm done with
You had a
this.
ceremonial like burning of your
Like,
bedspread.
It's over.
All right. We have fan mail.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
You want me to read it?
Yeah, you read it. You read it.
Okay. So we got fan mail, which once again, this is about our episode of Girl versus Monster.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was our last episode.
I laughed out loud when you were explaining. Yeah, I laughed out loud when you were explaining this about the spelling of goat in the movie and how they tried it as GI and GA for goat. If you don't know this movie, that is something that happens 4 times before one character can figure out you spell goat GOAT by always messing up the second letter.
Yeah.
It's very funny.
Oh.
Your catch on the editing error on the cell phone was also funny. That's possibly my favorite scene in the movie now.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
was so bad.
And then Bring On Camp Rock. That's from
Yes.
Tammy, my mom.
Yeah.
We love Tammy.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for that.
hmm
If you want to have your fan mail read out online, or if you don't, you just want to send us something, please do so at the DCOMduo@gmail.com. They're spelled out just like the podcast is. No spaces, no underscores, nothing. Yeah. Otherwise, there's other ways to reach us, like the TikTok comments. There's the Spotify Q&A.
Yep.
There's YouTube comments.
Yep.
We'll figure it out. You can also like send us mail in person, but you'd have to be someone who knows where we live for that. Speaking of which,
We actually did get some mail in our mailbox at our apartment.
For the DCOM duo?
well,
I mean,
it says both my name and Kelsey's name fully written out. Faye does not know about this. We are shocking her about it live on
I'm
here.
super
It's an
surprised.
envelope from Redbubble. And it's some Camp Rock stickers.
your reactions made me think it actually wasn't
She's
you.
bluffing. This is Faye. We ran through. We wanted to have a little bit of investigative journalism in here. We ran through our friends who we know who watch the podcast and know we're gonna do Camp Rock early enough because
Yeah.
give a little bit of timeline for the people at home. We are recording this on the Friday after we just announced after Girl vs. Monster came out.
Which is when we announced we're doing Camp Rock.
Yes, that's the first public announcement of that. Second of all, we got this mail on Thursday. So whoever got this,
It was early. Right?
Yeah, they must have known that we were doing Camp Rock. It's specifically Camp Rock stickers. One is Camp Rock and the other is Camp Star, which is from Camp Rock 2.
Ew.
Wait, yeah. Was it not you?
It wasn't. I am
Who the hell sent us these stickers?
I'm actually shocked because it wasn't me.
No, your reaction makes me think you're telling the truth.
Like, I would not get you a Camp Star sticker because I freaking hate them.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Also, I would get not better stickers. I would get more stickers. Those stickers are fine. Whoever got those, iconic, but it was not me. That credit is for someone else.
It's someone who knows our address.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
someone who we know personally
Was
because
it Tammy?
I mean that's the leading cause now. But I also I would not have guessed her to be the one to
To go
order
Redbubble?
something on Redbubble.
Yeah. I have no idea.
I do know from the time that she sent the email talking about Grover's Monster, she watched that
Now
on
it's
Monday,
an
I believe.
investigation.
Well, now
No,
I don't
on
know. I was
Tuesday.
so sure
It was me.
you because I told you like
It's so early. You told
so
me.
early so that we could plan when we were going to record
Yeah.
with you. I'm like, you're the only person that knew we were doing Camp Rock before the Girl vs. Monster release.
God, kudos to whoever did this because I wish I did.
So that I guess that's gonna just have to remain a mystery for now. If you have any tips or anonymous messages you want to send us about it, please feel free to do so in fan mail. If you
Yeah.
want to send us stuff physically, first just email us. We want to know we have some support before like opening up a PO box or something.
Yeah, I don't know if it's not someone we know and you got our address somehow. That's a little scary.
I hope if we just keep randomly getting stickers though of the
I'm not
podcast
that
we're
bad,
doing,
yeah.
I won't be that mad. I also think there's a non-zero chance that they just got lucky that it was Camp Rock.
That's true. It could
True.
just be someone was like, "Oh, DCOM stickers, Camp Rock." Like, yeah, I don't know.
I was pretty convinced it was you, and we wanted to like
Just,
call you out.
check me
Yeah,
with
we wanted to
it.
catch you red-handed.
Oh, dang.
You do seem honest.
No, that would have been so good. Oh my god, I'm so mad I didn't think of this. Like, I'm
All right.
actually mad.
Well, I don't even know like who would think of this. It's such like that would not be my first thought of like, oh, I'm gonna send some stickers.
Yeah.
If desired, we can like show off these stickers for evidence sake on the TikTok channel or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Put them in the thumbnail.
Thumbnail for the
could put it,
podcast.
Yeah, on the YouTube
Yeah.
video.
Thumbnail,
I
yeah.
could, yeah.
Take a look at the bottom left corner of the YouTube.
Yeah, okay. Okay, we'll just put that out aside. Okay, creepy stalker person, thank you for the stickers.
We do genuinely appreciate it.
They
It
are
brought a
really
big
cute.
smile to our face. We thought it was some spam mail at first.
Yeah, I was so confused. So it has both of our names on it, and I like checked the mail when I got home yesterday, and I come upstairs and like, Benji, did you order something on Redbubble? And he goes, no, and I'm like, oh, it must be some ad or something. Like,
Yeah.
I've never been sent anything from Redbubble without ordering from them. Like,
One other piece of hint: my name is first on the envelope.
I don't think that
Wow.
means anything,
But
but
it's also first alphabetically first name.
that's true. I know he's really reading into the order of our names, and I don't think it means
I don't know if it's
anything.
that deep.
He's like, I don't think it's Bay because my name is first. I'm
And
like,
I picked Kelsey's name first. I don't know if I would even put both of your names on it.
yeah,
to be
it
fair.
is. It's kind of weird that's both of our names.
Yeah,
I don't know.
but that's right though because it is for both of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is an active mystery.
Active mystery.
Yeah.
We'll
I'm
have to just
here.
leave it at that
fine.
and jump into
Yeah.
The
Please,
factos.
please send us Descendants stickers next. Thank you. Okay, let's go into the factos now. Camp Rock was released June 20th, 2008. I was 9 years old.
I was also 9. Actually, I was 9.
Yeah.
I was about to,
Your birthday. I
I was about to turn 10.
I was 8.
And it is the 72nd DCOM.
Dang.
Camp Rock is directed by Matthew Diamond.
What a name.
He directed like maybe a couple episodes of That's So Raven and Scrubs. He
Okay.
directed a bunch of episodes of The Golden Girls.
Classic.
And he, I guess, directed some of So You Think You Can Dance, which is a dance competition, like reality show.
So that's his way around choreography. then.
Yeah, and I think he had some other like choreography credits. I didn't really look into it, but like he knows dance.
Gotcha.
Golden Girls also had a great theme song.
It did?
Thanks for being a friend.
Oh, yeah.
Travel down the road and back again. Yeah, it was
Heck
great.
yeah. So that probably explains back to the dancing thing. That probably explains why they're like just people randomly dancing around the camp. He's like,
Yeah.
dance more. I'm the
Yeah.
director. Okay. Let's go into the cast. There's a lot. There's a lot of people to go through.
We don't need to just rapid fire.
We just
There's
gotta
a,
go.
basically one of the reasons this movie was as big as it was is The Jonas Brothers are here. Demi Lovato wasn't big before this,
But
but
this
became
was-
very big right
This
after.
was the start of Demi Lovato.
And then there's other people who are significant as well.
Yeah. Okay, so let's start off with Demi Lovato. Demi Lovato plays Mitchie Torres. Okay, so Demi Lovato came out as non-binary a while ago.
Yeah.
But from my understanding, because I looked this up, I'm pretty sure they're now using she, her pronouns in addition to they, them pronouns. Like, when I searched Demi Lovato pronouns, like, the whole front page of Google search was a million different articles saying Demi Lovato is now using she, her pronouns in addition to they, them pronouns. So I believe we can use she, her pronouns. We were going to for the character Mitchie anyway,
Mhm.
because Mitchie is she,
Wait,
her.
Mitchie is specifically she.
Yeah.
She, her.
But I think we're also good to use she, her for Demi Lovato. Also they, them. So
Okay.
just want to put that out there. So this is Demi Lovato's first film. The things she did before this was like Barney and Friends
Oh,
when she was
Barney.
really little. Yeah.
I believe that's also a Selena Gomez did. I might be wrong
Oh,
about
I think
that.
you're right.
I think they
Yeah.
both
and they're
were
like
Barney.
friends.
They-
Or
I-
they at least for sure were during Disney Channel days. I think they're still friends. I don't actually know. Also, remember that weird like in commercial show on Disney Channel called As the Bell Rings?
Yes.
Where it was like 5-minute episodes. Demi Lovato was in that.
Gotcha. That's something that every like year or so I remember exists and get like really confused about because it was
Yeah.
literally like a 3-minute show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like in the commercial.
Okay, so I think you guys can't see me, but my face just lit up because I just realized that show I have watched and I didn't realize that it was a thing. But yeah,
You know, it's
wow.
something that is just so easy to forget existed, but it's kind of weird that it did because there's no other thing really like it in my
Yeah.
collective history of media where it
Yeah.
is a broadcast on TV show for 5 minutes.
Tell me if I'm remembering right. Was it always from like the same corner of the hallway?
Yeah.
I think it was a one set show.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah.
Yeah, Demi Lovato was in it.
Yeah.
Like right before Camp Rock. And then she was cast in Camp Rock. And then they did like the second season of that show without her because then she started doing Sunny with a Chance.
Yeah.
Where she was the star of that show, of course, with like Sterling Knight, who was in
Yep.
Starstruck, which we've already covered. Listen to that episode. Of course, she did Camp Rock too. The only other DCOM she's in is Princess Protection Program.
We'll get to that one.
With Selena Gomez. And her and Selena Gomez notoriously were really close during that whole Disney Channel era. I don't know if they're close now because I didn't look into it. More recently, she was in that Eurovision movie on Netflix.
I like that.
Yeah, she was like
She was the presumptive
Iceland-
favorite for Iceland that they, spoiler alert, murder.
Wow.
every contestant from Iceland like blows up except for Will Ferrell and who's the actor?
Rachel McAdams.
Rachel McAdams, and that's how they get into.
That's how they get in.
Yeah, because they're the only ones left.
That's funny.
Yeah, because they're not that good.
They're not good.
So it's a good movie. I also put that she was in one episode of Grey's Anatomy. So
Gotta
love
put that in because Kelsey loves Grey's Anatomy.
yeah, and then of course Demi Lovato has like a huge music career.
Yes.
Iconic. Music icon.
Yeah,
Like, that is what she is better known for than acting.
yeah.
We really should talk about that more, especially because this is a musical. If you didn't know,
Yeah, but like I feel like we don't need to really get into it. Most everybody knows of Demi Lovato. She has a lot of hits.
yeah, she is more famous as a singer, probably has made more money as a singer,
Yeah.
probably will only continue being a singer because I don't know if she,
except for the Eurovision movie.
which she sings in.
Yeah, she's like barely in, and she's just like the singer that was good for Iceland, and then she dies. She's in like a couple scenes. So.
Well, then she's like a ghost for the
Yeah,
rest
she's
of
like
it.
a ghost. Yeah. So that's Demi Lovato. Very common name, household name. Like everyone knows Demi Lovato.
Yeah, we shouldn't have to explain too much. Favorite Demi Lovato song?
Cool for the summer. Tell me what you want. If you know it's okay. I can think right now. Oh my god, I forgot to mention Demi Lovato has a whole episode like trilogy on the app Episode. Okay, if you don't know, there's an app called Episode where you like click through stories and they're usually really bad. And in high school, there was one focused purely on Demi Lovato where you become a singer and Demi Lovato is like your best friend. And I was really into it. And I spent real life money on
How
it.
much money?
Too much. Because they're like, buy this cool outfit or Demi Lovato's gonna hate you. Like, that's not actually what happened, but like, you know,
It made you feel like that.
if you want your music career to pop off, if you want to be like Demi Lovato, who's like basically God, like buy this outfit for real life money. Like, okay, I had to put that out there. Demi Lovato's my best friend forever. What's your favorite Demi Lovato song, Bae?
Honest, probably Dancing with the Devil. Oh God, it's just
I don't know
so.
if I know that one.
It's very new and it's very intense. It's like talking about her struggle with addiction.
Mm-hmm.
It's like one of the lines is like just a little white line, I'll be fine.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
I don't think we talk about it in the notes. I don't know if you're going to mention it. She had major like rehab.
Yeah, I didn't
stuff.
think I needed to mention it. Like, I'm just here to talk about their career and not their personal struggles. So,
Also, their voice in that song is so beautiful.
oh, Demi Lovato has a beautiful.
They have
voice.
an incredible voice.
Yeah.
That is like just the most undeniable thing about
Yeah.
Demi Lovato.
Yeah.
Their voice is
So good.
so good. They can go in a very big range. I'm gonna probably say there's a lot of good ones. Right now I'm feeling Sorry Not Sorry.
That's a good one. That's also one of my favorites. Yeah. That's a fun one. Okay, now we're just gonna jump into the Jonas Brothers. I will do individually, but like pretty much their facts are the same. Okay, Shane Gray is played by Joe Jonas. He is the main Jonas brother in this movie. Of course, he's in Camp Rock too. He was in the Disney Channel show Jonas, which was centered around the Jonas Brothers, of course. He's also in Night at the Museum 2, which features all three.
Was it really?
Yes.
They're like little like cupids,
Oh.
like, and they sing a little song. And that was a quiz bowl question of like, oh, this band was in Night at the Museum 2, and someone on the other team buzzed in and got it immediately on that clue because they loved Night at the Museum so much that they knew it was the Jonas Brothers.
That's iconic.
Facts like the next clue was Camp Rock related.
Yeah. And we missed it, yeah, because they just knew everything about Night at the Museum too. Okay, and then his music career, obviously he's in the Jonas Brothers, and he also was singing for DNCE, and they have Cake by the Ocean was their big hit.
Yeah, I don't think they have any other hits.
Nope. He's also married to Sophie Turner, who is Sansa from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Had to note that.
Cool.
That's Joe.
Joe's the only important one really as a character in this one.
Yeah.
The
But we
oth-
will go over, like, okay, Nick Jonas and Kevin Jonas are both in this movie as well.
They're not minor characters. They exist, but also they're not major characters.
Yeah, no. Nick Jonas plays Nate Gray. So apparently they are brothers because all of their last names are Gray. But like Shane Gray is like the big one that everyone talks
He's
about.
the heartthrob because also at this time he was the heartthrob. Joe Jonas was.
Yeah, and Nick was so baby.
It's so we'll get into it when we're talking about this movie, but I was telling Kelsey the whole time, it's so weird, especially because Nick Jonas is the most famous one now.
Yeah.
I feel like that's undeniable.
Isn't he the oldest?
No, he's the
He's
youngest.
the youngest.
Of those three.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
They also have Frankie Jonas.
Nick Jonas still has a very active acting career where neither of the other two brothers do.
Yeah.
And he's probably the main part of the Jonas Brothers as a band now.
Yeah.
Like Joe's still pretty
It's
big
really
in it.
like it's Nick and Joe,
And
and
he
then
had a
Kevin's
solo
also there.
career that
Yep.
that actually went somewhere.
Yeah.
Like a pretty successful solo
He
career.
has like the biggest music career and acting career Nick Jonas does.
But in this movie, he looks like I don't know what his age was during this filming, but it looks like he has not gone through puberty.
Yeah.
And to me, it's so weird because his
don't
face
know.
structure looks different.
Yeah, like I don't know baby Nick Jonas anymore. Like I know adult Nick Jonas, and that was weird.
Yeah, like his facial structure feels different.
Yeah.
Maybe he
It's
got
because
some
he's
like
so
plastic
baby.
surgery on
Well,
his.
he's like all muscled out
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, yeah, okay. Anyway, Nick Jonas, of course, is in Camp Rock too. Pretty much everybody's in Camp Rock too. Like everybody came back for the sequel, guys.
Because
They,
it was good.
They made money.
Yeah. He was in the show Jonas. He was in Night at the Museum 2. He was in both Jumanji movies.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, he was great in those.
Love those.
He was in the recent, like, this movie literally just came out, Love Again. It's the new rom-com featuring his wife, Priyanka Chopra? I don't know how to say her name. I'm sorry.
I think it's
Priyanka. Like, that's her first name. She is in the movie Love Again with Sam Heughan, I think is how
You should
say
know.
his
You've
name.
said this guy's the
I know.
love of your life.
He's the love of my life. He plays Jamie Fraser in Outlander. He's the
This
love
is a
of-
very long-winded way to get to this point, by the
Okay,
way.
But Nick Jonas is in that movie. He plays like the douchey guy that Priyanka goes on a date with, which is it's funny because they're married in real life. Anyway, obviously he has the huge music career again with the Jonas Brothers, and his solo career, his big hit was Jealous.
I feel like he had other songs that were on the radio too, but
I
maybe
don't remember them.
Jealous was big.
Yeah.
Jealous was undeniably big, and that was all him.
Yep, that was his solo career. Okay, finally, Kevin Jonas plays Jason Gray.
Oh,
he does have a name.
I was like, who is he?
Yeah, his name is Jason, apparently. That's what it said on Google, so we're gonna believe it. Camp Rock 2, Jonas, Night at the Museum. Also, I put that in the Disney Channel games, he was the captain of the yellow team.
Huge.
Good
Huge
for you,
role.
Kev. Good for you being the captain.
I forgot those existed.
Heck yeah. And then his music career really starts and ends with the Jonas Brothers, I believe.
I don't think he's done. I don't think he had a way. He doesn't even really sing.
No.
in the
No,
Jonas
not
Brothers.
nearly as much as the other
It's
two,
funny
though.
how much like lower everyone views Kevin compared to Nick and Joe.
Yeah.
His guitar.
Which is like, he's fine with it, I'm pretty sure. I think
Yeah.
he leans into the fact that he's the joke member of the
Yeah.
band.
Likes being more low-key. And he's
I
the
agree.
oldest. Just so we're clear. Kevin's the oldest, and then Joe, and then Nick.
Okay.
Okay, moving on from the super famous people, let's go to the other characters.
To the less famous, but still decently.
Well, the most famous now is going to be Alison Stoner, but let's talk about Tess real quick. So Tess Tyler, our main villain, is played by Megan Martin. Of course, she's in Camp Rock 2. She was in Mean Girls 2.
Oh yeah, that existed, didn't it?
Oh, I did not watch.
That's funny to me because, and I was gonna get into this later. This movie is trying so hard to be Mean Girls. I feel like it is very much a thing where, especially movies in this couple year range of like 2008-ish era, so many films were trying to be Mean Girl
Yeah.
because Mean Girls is like universally applauded. It is a good movie.
Yeah.
Everyone likes it. And it was, while it's not the most original movie, it is its own thing, but it's easily replicatable
Yeah.
in theory.
And it's funny because she plays the good girl, like the Lindsay Lohan character in Mean Girls 2. And in Camp Rock, she is the mean girl.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Also, she's done some voice acting in video games, notably Xenoblade Chronicles and Kingdom Hearts.
For her.
Kingdom Hearts is a Disney thing, so
Yeah.
makes sense.
Okay, next, Caitlin Geller or Geller. Geller, okay, is played by Alison Stoner.
Love her.
So growing up, she was like really famous for being a really good dancer, right? She was in a bunch of music videos for Missy Elliott, apparently.
Good for her.
Yeah, right?
Wow.
In 2001, she was co-host to Disney Channel's Mike's Super Short Show.
Oh, that existed.
Yeah, I think we were a little too young for it, but it existed. She was in the movie Step Up. She was in Cheaper by the Dozen and the sequel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember.
Moving on to she hit Disney Channel, right? She was in 6 episodes of Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, which, looking at the picture of her and him, oh yeah, that was a character.
Yeah.
She was one of their friends or something. I don't remember. Her character's name was Max. I don't remember.
I don't remember the Sweet Life well enough.
Okay, she did Camp Rock and Camp Rock 2. She is the voice of Isabella in Phineas and Ferb.
That's a big role.
And it's
Yeah.
still, they're making new episodes of Phineas and Ferb, so she still has a gig there, Apparently in Legend of Korra, she is the voice of Opal.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
She's a good voice actress. She's a good actress, honestly.
Yeah, no, she's great.
She's really good. She's That was not really good. That was not a She's really good. She's also done some voice acting for Kingdom Hearts. Cool.
She's honestly, I was gonna say before we all died, she's probably my favorite actor in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think without trying to be too harsh to kid actors being kid actors, out of the kid actors, she's bringing a positive performance.
Yeah.
For like the most pessimistic character.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not sure anyone else is going above their pay grade, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone else is a standout.
Demi does a pretty good job. I
Yeah,
think writing just sucks.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. The writing in this movie, I don't
Makes
want to
me
know if
mad.
it was intentionally camp because it's camp rock, but this is the campiest movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay, moving on. Peggy Warburton is played by Jasmine Richards. She did Camp Rock 2 and pretty much nothing else.
Cool.
Love that.
Ella Paydor is played by Anna Maria Perez de Tagle. That's a name. Of course, she did Camp Rock 2. She was in Fame, I guess. And she did 17 episodes of Hannah Montana. I think she was
Yep.
one of like the mean girls
yeah, she
in that.
was.
Her character's name was Ashley. So if you watch Hannah Montana and you know who that is, good for you. I don't remember. Okay. Next, the mom, Connie Torres, Mitchie's mom, is played by Maria Canales Barrera.
She did a good job in this
She's
movie.
amazing. Yeah, she is great. She is the mom in Wizards of Waverly Place.
Yes.
She's a good mom character.
Yeah, she is. A
That
really good
means
mom
she's in
character.
3 DCOMs immediately.
Yeah, because she's in the Wizards.
I don't know if she was in any other DCOMs.
Nope, just Camp Rock 2 and Wizards.
she's
pretty sure
a she's a
that's
good
it.
actress.
She is. She apparently is also a voice in Proud Family.
Okay.
I don't know. Apparently, she did some voice acting for Danny Phantom also. And then she's just done like a bunch of small stuff in voice acting. So pretty much I just know her from this Disney Channel stuff. Next, Brown Cesario. His first name's Brown? Really? Okay.
So Uncle Brown, his name is Brown.
His name is Brown.
Oh.
I
Huh.
thought Brown was his last
I would also
Same.
think Brown was his last
This
name.
is
That's
so
weird.
He's played by Daniel Fathers. Of course, he was in Camp Rock 2. Apparently, he's also in A Christmas Prince as
What?
Rudy. Who's Rudy? Do you remember Rudy?
Rudolph the
don't.
Red-Nosed
We've
Reindeer.
watched all the Christmas Princes, me and Bay.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is, but apparently he's in A Christmas Prince.
Yeah,
and apparently just the first one.
Yeah, apparently just the first one. Okay.
And then he's done a bunch of other small stuff. Like, cool. Okay, we're getting down to it. Sandor Lawyer. Guess who that character is? He's one of the like dancer bros that sings Hasta La Vista.
Cool.
Yeah. He's played by Roshan Fegan. He's on Camp Rock 2, duh. And he's in Shake It Up. That's why I noted him. He's like,
Yeah.
I think one of the main guys in Shake It Up.
I was gonna say I know him because of Shake It Up later, because he does a lot of dancing there.
Yeah. And then finally, Lola Scott is played by Erin Doyle. She's the only one I have on this list who is not in Camp Rock 2. She's not in it, guys, okay? But she does have a whole ass song in this movie. She's the one who sings What It Takes. She apparently is one of the voices in Miss Spider. Do you remember that little animated kid?
No.
Nope.
Well, she's in it, and that's pretty much it. That and Camp Rock. Cool. Fun facts time.
Ooh, the fun factos.
There were 6.9 million viewers when this movie premiered. At the time, it was the second most viewed DCOM. Can you guess what was ahead of it?
Had High School Musical 2 already come out?
Yes, it was High School Musical 2.
That's the most viewed of all time.
Yeah. So at the time, Camp Rock was second. I started typing out this fact and I realized it was kind of lame, but I'm leaving it anyway. The DVD topped the national home video sales chart for the week ending August 24th. Like just for the
Yo.
week. Yo.
That's pretty lame.
So Megan Martin, who plays Tess, she actually dislocated her shoulder while filming the song Too Cool for Her.
That's funny as hell.
Everyone
shoulders
Yeah, everybody talks about her shoulder movements. She fucking dislocated her shoulder doing that.
That's so
Wow.
funny. Wow. I mean, sorry that it
Good
hurts,
fun
but
fact.
like, man, when we get talking about that, that's just her moving her shoulder back and forth. That's the entire dance.
It is really aggressive though, so I see why it happened.
Wow.
Next, Jason and Nate did not exist in the original script of the movie, which I think this explains why they're barely fucking in it.
Yeah.
Because they weren't even supposed to be there.
But then they were like, "Oh, we can actually get the other ones in, and it'll even sell more money."
Yeah, because they cast Joe Jonas as Shane, and so Disney wanted to turn the film into a vehicle for the Jonas Brothers.
That makes sense.
But there were no roles for Kevin and Nick, so they just like invented the roles.
I mean, yeah, that's why they have very minimal roles. I mean, all you ever hear Kevin Jonas say is "birdhouse."
My birdhouse.
Birdhouse, my birdhouse, yeah. And finally, the last fun fact. The titles for this movie were originally Rock Camp Rules, then Camp Rock On, and then they settled on Camp Rock.
Camp Rock On sounds wrong.
I think Rock Camp rules.
Rock Camp Rules.
That one so we're
That's such a bad
Camp Rock is a
title.
better name than the rest of them.
Yeah, they made the right choice.
Yes, they did.
All right, ready for the Disney Plus description?
Yeah.
Mitchie Torres, Demi Lovato, gets the chance of a lifetime attending Camp Rock, the prestigious musical camp. But while working hard to perfect her musical talents, Mitchie discovers how competitive campers are. When her life takes an unpredictable twist, Mitchie learns that it's important to be true to yourself. With help from instructors like Shane Gray, Joe Jonas, who has returned to camp to find himself, as well as some new inspiration, Mitchie will confront her fears while learning to step into the spotlight.
These are more descriptive than I remember them being. The description.
You have to like go into the details to get the long one.
Okay.
We get the long paragraph version and not the like 2 sentences that show
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
That's accurate.
Yeah, all that.
Pretty right.
That's pretty much it. Yeah. So are we ready to jump into the movie?
Yeah.
Let's deep dive into Camp Rock.
You're going to Camp Rock.
Camp Rock. All right, so we open in. It says Disney Channel original movie, and then Camp Rock.
Just blast it in the front of the screen.
Okay, so Mitchie's alarm goes off. God, this is so dumb.
Yeah, this whole song sequence, it goes right into it.
Yeah, but okay, to start it off.
Can I just like talk about this for a second?
Yeah.
She has laptop set up next
Yeah.
bed.
Like
with a CD in it.
And it's open, like ready to be pushed in. And
Yes.
her computer's on. The CD is ready to be pushed in. She pushes it in. She has not gotten out of bed yet.
Yeah.
This is how she wakes up every morning.
Well, it might just be
rocking
last
out.
day of school.
True, It
Excitement.
is the last day of school.
Yes, but like she set this up, or okay, it's either she set this up before she went to bed, or she went like kind of leaned over, turned on her computer, hit the button to open the CD thing, put in the CD, and then crawled back into bed and pretended like she was about to wake up,
Yeah.
so that it could be like, well, I'm waking up to my favorite song that I wrote. Anyway. Who Will I Be starts playing. Yeah, yeah.
That is exactly it.
Cringy
So many
montage.
choices now.
Yeah, this is immediately the cringe of this movie, which again, if you like DCOMs, you have to like some cringe, period.
Oh my god, the whole
This movie in
montage.
particular
Yeah.
is
So
a very
cringe.
cringy movie.
You don't like the 3 pairs of sunglasses?
No.
Okay, so first thing she does is like, oh, which hairstyle should I wear? My pigtails?
Yeah.
Or in a bun, maybe? I'll just wear it down.
Yeah.
She like brushes it like twice.
She like flipped her hair around a ton. It
Yeah.
was still perfect.
Yeah. And then she tries on like 3 different outfits. And to the transition of her like flipping her hair in a circle to transition to the next
Oh my
scene.
god.
So good. Okay, then she like she's laid in her bed. By the way, she's doing this all in the morning before.
Yes, this is before school, before going down for breakfast, before anything.
How does she have this much time? What time did she wake up in the morning? I used to have to wake up.
Mom called for her.
I used to have to wake up at 6 a.m. to like get to school on time, and I lived 5 minutes from my high school.
Yeah, like literally, Mitchie's mom called for her and was like, "Mitchie, it's time to wake up for your last day of school." And
then
she's doing all of
And
this.
she does all of this for probably like an hour. Like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Okay, now she's laying on her bed. She opens up her songbook and looks at it.
And smiles.
And, like closes it and holds it to her chest and
She's
is smiling.
hugging the book of songs and is just so excited with the world. Nothing
She's so
could
happy.
possibly bring her down.
Okay, jumping just a little ahead in the movie when she's like talking with her mom and she's like, I just wanted my life to be different. I have like no friends at home, you know, I'm like
Yeah.
visible. But here in the morning, she's like living her best life. She's so happy.
I'm gonna mention this again later. The first 5 minutes of this movie, they 100% could have cut out, and basically nothing would have been
Yeah, you could
different.
have started the movie with them getting
Getting to Camp Rock.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that when we're done with this first 5 minutes.
Yeah, okay.
I have some words about things later.
Okay, so now next to the next scene of the montage, we gotta talk about every scene because they're all so bad.
They're all really bad.
It's very funny.
Notes for this because I didn't want to.
She's playing her keyboard, and then there's the shot of the hand going across the keys, which is just so clearly not Demi Lovato's hand. It is a much older person's hand. Like, oh my gosh, they couldn't get Demi's hand.
They couldn't get a fake hand that looked
A young
similar.
person.
A young person. Okay, then she does 3 sunglasses.
Oh.
She had to put on one
you
at a time.
You can see that she has all 3 on at the beginning.
She takes them off and they're just underneath. So she's like, I'm going to do something so quirky and fun. I'm going to put on this little sunglasses and then a bigger one and then a bigger one. And then I'm going to sit down in my mirror and look at myself taking them off.
We're gonna see her neck.
And then
she
she does
hates-
little poses.
Yeah, she hates the last one, and then she's like, "Oh well, maybe."
Maybe. But then she just kind of takes them off.
It
And it's
is-
like, whatever.
There is so much they get out of this scene to try and make her look quirky and fun, but the whole time it's just, why?
Yeah.
Why? Okay, then she's done playing the keyboard. She grabs her guitar.
Yeah.
Starts strumming the guitar. She's so into her music. And then right before she leaves, she like takes a look back at her room and smiles and then shuts the door. And that's the end of our
They never use this set again, by the way.
No.
Her backpack is open too. Which
Well, because she's not leaving the house yet. She has to go eat
she's walking
breakfast.
downstairs with her backpack on one shoulder, another bag on the other shoulder. Her backpack is wide open. Things are gonna fall out.
She's probably gonna grab stuff downstairs. Like she's just going to breakfast right now. Maybe she has to
fine.
bring her lunch or something. I don't know. Okay, so now she's downstairs.
Yeah, I guess her mom is a cook.
Yeah,
so-
she's a caterer. Like she probably has bomb ass lunches.
Oh yeah.
Okay, it's breakfast time. Hot Tunes TV is on, and they're talking about how Shane Gray may have gone too far this time. You know what he did?
Yeah, wait.
He's-
If you have not seen this movie, think right now about what it would take for the news report about a pop star going too far this time.
Have we
All
thought
right.
about it? He
Cool.
stormed out of his music video shoot.
Oh.
He went too far. Too far.
Oh, he got a little upset.
The other members of Connect 3 are fed up.
Can we talk about how Connect 3 is a bad band name?
It's like Connect 4, but there's 3 of them.
Yeah, that's stupid.
What are they
Yeah.
going to call themselves? The Jonas Brothers?
They could call themselves
The
the
Gray Brothers?
the Gray Brothers.
I think that's exactly why the label said we are not calling you the Gray Brothers. That's too close to gay.
Yeah.
We're gonna go with Connect 3. Also, okay, the news did say that apparently him storming out cost the label like thousands of dollars. Because they were there to shoot, and then he stormed out. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's very stuck in the suburbs of like, look how much they're a diva when all they do is just kind of get a little mad and walk out of there.
It's hard to believe when we know the actual news and we know what actual like people in the industry being divas look
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there are like court cases I'm following that are much wilder.
Yeah, not just like, I stormed out of my music video because I'm a diva.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So they turn off the TV now. Mitchie apparently has planted a bunch of Camp Rock brochures
Everywhere.
like all over the house for her mom to find. And her mom is like, I'm sorry, honey, it's too expensive for you to go to Camp Rock. Like your father's store, he's busy with that. I guess he has like a hardware store. And Connie, her mom, is just starting her catering business. So she's like, I'm sorry. And so Mitchie's all sad and she leaves for her last day of school. So then she goes to school and Mitchie's like cleaning out her locker and she has multiple Camp Rock brochures just in her locker.
Yeah.
And then her friend comes up and
Why does she wait? Can we go back to that for a second? Why in the world does she have that many Camp Rock
she loves
brochures?
Camp Rock so much.
She's been taping them to the vacuum cleaner and putting them in the crisper.
And
I
she
think
keeps them in her locker just so that she can look at it in
she's
between
that
classes.
obsessed. She wants to go that bad.
She loves Camp Rock so much. And then her friend comes up and speaks some Mandarin, and she's like, I aced AP Mandarin.
Again.
And Mitchie's like, I'm sad I can't go to Camp Rock. And her friend's like, anybody who wants to be in music goes to Camp Rock.
Shout out this friend, by the way. We never see her again after this. Like, seen not in Camp Rock 2,
No.
not ever again. Then when like it's set up, this is the third character we meet in the whole movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she never comes back.
Doesn't get mentioned.
She gets mentioned when her mom's like, you have friends at home, and Mitchie
she's
goes,
like,
I have one.
I have one friend. Yeah.
That's the one friend.
Yeah.
So she's kind of mentioned.
We don't know her name.
They might have
I think
said
they
it.
might say it.
I don't remember.
Doesn't matter. She's not a character.
No.
So now what is Mitchie going to do with her summer?
Nothing.
We don't know. Okay. Transition. Mitchie comes home. She was just at work, and her parents are like cooking up some burgers outside. And then her parents go, I'm so excited. I have to tell her. We Camp Rock.
For the icon.
You're right. That line is so iconic. The way she says it.
You're going to Camp Rock.
I love it.
Used to play in the commercials on Disney Channel, and then she screams. She's so excited. Okay, so the reason she can go to Camp Rock is because Connie is catering for the whole camp.
Very important for this note. Everyone who goes to this camp is rich. Mitchie is poor. This is relative terms. Because if you actually look at a successful hardware store owner and a successful caterer, they're going to have a decent amount of money.
They're not like...
They own their own house, it
high
seems.
middle class, like middle to high middle class.
So
like,
this camp
fine.
must be very expensive.
Yeah, well, everyone's parents are like fucking celebrities and shit.
Well, some are like cruise ship performers, so I don't know.
I guess so. Okay. So Connie says, business is slow in the summer, so I got this steady gig catering for Camp Rock, and you get to go for a discount. On what fucking planet is her catering business slow in the summer?
Summer is wedding season.
Wedding season! She should be booked out of the fucking zoo.
Yeah, I was like...
That's a phrase right there.
Okay, so when I was watching this, I was like, what do you mean? Also, like, how did they not have someone?
No, that's what my argument is always being.
How
Camp
did you
Rock,
get this job the day before? What?
It might be like
a week or two.
Okay, but like,
even still, the Camp Rock should have their catering figured out by now.
Especially for a prestigious fucking
Spend
rock
all
camp.
your money and
Well, we know they're not doing well financially, so.
Well,
not
we
in
know
this
that
movie.
until the next movie.
That's true. Sorry.
They're like the best camp around, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So now we transition to Camp Rock. So that entire plot of Mitchie, including her montage,
including the song,
Mitchie not being able to go to Camp Rock to you're going to Camp Rock took 5 minutes. Literally, we looked at the timestamp. It's been 5 minutes, and they've gone over this whole little plot line.
Which,
they
to be fair,
cut it.
the things that are set up here that are important is the only reason Mitchie is in the Camp Rock is because her mom is the cook. Mitchie, like, is going to be poorer than the other kids here, and she likes Camp Rock. All this could have been said in one line of dialogue in, like, they're driving up to Camp Rock.
Yeah.
True. She also watches Hot Tunes TV.
Oh, yeah. We learned a little bit about Shane Gray, but also that could have been said in dialogue later. Like, what they could have done is they're rolling up to camp, and Mitchie goes, I'm so excited. This is my first time coming to this camp. And the mom goes, yeah, it's so great that they let us in on this discounted rate because I'm catering for them. That's all they needed.
That's literally every line. They not only could have saved 5 minutes on this, that's like 3 sets they would have not had to use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 3
Like the-
production
oh my God,
days.
yeah, like
They were
her
talking about
bedroom.
Shane Gray running out, not needing, costing them money. That's at least 3 production days because that's 3 separate sets.
It's probably more. It's probably like a whole week. Like, you know?
Yeah, for 5 minutes. Oh my
Yeah, for
God.
5 minutes.
They probably wanted that to be longer, but meh.
I wonder if
Well.
like in the original drafting that was longer, and then their like test audience said we don't care about it until the Camp Rock starts.
Yeah, we just want
Yeah.
to see the camp.
so they
Yeah.
cut as much as they could to make the plot make sense.
All right, so now we're at the camp. We're at Camp Rock. Everyone's arriving. A guy does a backflip off a bus.
Sick.
Another
That's
guy,
just the vibe.
It is the vibe.
another guy has drumsticks and he's drumming like all over the suitcases and the bus. And he's a drummer.
This dude's a drummer.
He's a drummer.
He's a drummer, dude.
There's lots of dancing. There's a limo.
Of course there's a limo.
Mitchie and her mom arrive in their truck, their food catering truck, and then Tess comes out and wind's blowing in her hair, and Mitchie goes like, "Whoa, like who's that?
What is she?
Oh my gosh." Okay, so then they get to their cabin, and the camp director comes in, who's Brown. Apparently, his first name is Brown. And they're like, "Hey, you're Connie, the new cook. Cool." Mitchie leaves.
I have comments about this part. It's like the way the mom and Brown interact is like a little flirty.
It's
It's
way more
weird.
flirty in the second movie. Though.
I fully agree. In the second movie, especially, but still in this movie as well.
Yeah.
There's definitely some like
The dad is
romantic
still
tension
there.
there. That exists.
The
He
dad,
exists.
we
He's-
saw him.
He's just running his hardware store.
Yeah, and she's like over here straight vibing
Whereas
with Brown.
It's the plot feels like they forget the dad exists.
It does. I'm like, okay, but you said there was a dad, and now she's flirting with this
And
man.
the dad shows up at the end of the movie too.
Yeah, for the final jam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, like it's even more in the second where I don't think the dad's in the second movie.
No, he's not.
I think they might have broken up by then.
What?
Like the mom and the dad.
They don't say that.
No, they wouldn't. No, that would have been brought up.
If they got divorced, they would have made it a
Yeah.
plot.
Yeah.
Maybe he's like away. It's definitely mentioned like something.
I don't know. We'll see when we watch the second one. I put down, why is the camp director Australian?
Yeah.
Why does he have an accent? And he is the actual uncle of Shane Gray and Brother Gray's.
Yeah.
Brothers Gray.
Brothers
Gray.
Gray.
Why is he Australian?
Yeah.
He's Australian, right? I'm right about the
I
accent.
think
I
so.
think so.
Okay.
It's a weird accent.
It
It's
is, yeah.
it's at least somewhat British and somewhat like
Not-
Australian.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever.
It might be like New Zealand.
Yeah.
So then there's like everyone's kind of mingling outside, and Mitchie backs into Tess, and Tess gets all pissy about it. And then we meet Caitlin, and Caitlin's like, "Oh, yep, that's Tess Tyler. She's a diva." And Mitchie goes, "Is she good? Like, is she really good?"
Yeah, no. The very first thing, the first line that
Mitchie
Mitchie
says to
says to Caitlin is she really good? Well, I
Is
find
she
that
really
funny
good?
because this movie has a lot of memes, both internal between Kelsey and myself, between the whole Jank house that watched them, and also just the internet community fan base of Camp Rock itself. And one of the biggest ones in all 3 of those is the phrase, she's really good. We'll get to that later, but it's very funny to me that the first thing these 2 characters interact is her saying, she's really good.
Yeah.
So then Caitlin goes, "Yeah, her mom is TJ Tyler, so I guess that makes her good." Like, wow, she has like 1 trillion Grammys. 1 trillion and one, I think. So Caitlin's like, "Oh, more like 1 trillion and one. Hi, I'm Caitlin. I'm gonna be a music producer. Check me out."
Does cool stuff on
She, like,
computer.
She just hits play.
Does do like a little behind the back tap of the keyboard as well. I was
Not
like,
here. I thought that was like later with the keyboard when she's really good.
oh yeah, that's true.
Here she just goes like doo doo doo, and Mitchie goes, "Oh."
It's very camp. Like, it's so
Meow.
silly. I don't get it. It's so not natural dialogue.
Yeah, this is times where the audio doesn't quite work. What's going on?
Chicka chicka chicka. Cool. Alright. So then D, the camp counselor, comes out And she's like, welcome, Camp Rock, whatever. And then 2 other guys come on stage and they start like partying. They're like, whoa, hey, ho, like, okay.
Just vibing.
That's just
Again,
a vibe.
this is Camp Rock is just a vibe
It's
place.
vibes.
It's more
Yeah.
that than a camp. It's more that
Yeah.
than a school,
You come here for the vibes.
which is probably not worth the money, but I digress.
You get classes.
Yeah, so Dee says this summer is not just about Final Jam. You also get to like learn about music and you have
Woo.
fun. So yay. And she says for the first time at camp, we have a celebrity camp counselor. Cut to Shane Gray. I don't want to spend my summer at some dumb camp. I'm Shane Gray, for crying out loud.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Diva.
What a bitch.
Yeah. No, I'm saving that word for Tess for later.
And
I want
Nate and Jason was a mistake.
Jason.
They're like, well, 3 years ago we were campers ourselves. That's where Connect 3 connected.
Yeah.
And you get to see Uncle Brown because Uncle Brown works there. And they're like, Shane, you need to clean up your act, okay? And Kevin is doing his comic relief thing. He's like, I want a birdhouse. And Shane storms out of the car and he's at camp and he sees Uncle Brown. So, like, we're just establishing, like, Shane doesn't want to be here, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And he's a diva.
He's a diva. He wears tight pants.
They are tight pants. And he's also got a really, really shaggy, like drapey haircut going on.
I was in.
It's very, very
Everyone
shaggy.
had it. The Sprouse twins had that
Yeah.
haircut.
But it's like longer than the Sprouse twins had though.
Yeah.
The freaking Harry Potter.
Yep. Year 4.
Goblet of Fire.
Yep.
Yeah, they had it. Like, everyone had it.
Picture Harry Potter year 4.
Evan Jonas had it too.
Yeah.
He had his long little hair, but Nick had his curly little fro. It's
Yes.
so cute.
We talk about how baby he looks.
He's so baby.
He
like-
looks like he's younger than both of them.
Well, he is.
He is.
Yeah.
But like, again,
Right.
like he looks prepubescent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got really curly hair too. His hair's so short now, you don't like
But
really.
it still is curly.
It is still curly. You just don't see it as much.
Yeah, he doesn't have that big fro anymore. Okay. Cut to Mitchie helping out in the kitchen. Her mom is like encouraging her to sing, but she's like, I don't know, I'm nervous. So then she takes out some garbage bags and she hears some girls singing and she like sneaks up to the little cabin and she sees Tess and her 2 girls. They're like rehearsing and Tess yells at the girls for being bad and Peggy is annoyed. You can tell. Okay.
Yeah.
This is important for later.
Yeah, she makes a lot of faces and I'm totally here for all of them.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, she was giving the stink eye.
I think it'd be better if we saw them in slow motion. And
Yeah.
like during like a montage.
Yeah.
I also like to point out Peggy's not actually a character.
She's barely a character.
Ella's even less.
Yeah.
Ella has more lines though. Like
That's true.
Ella's
Ella's
got more development.
yeah, but Ella's like the dumb comic relief one.
Again,
Yes.
they're trying to do Mean Girls. I
Yeah.
don't remember the name of the Mean Girls, but they are each like
Gretchen
listed.
Wiener. Gretchen Wiener and Karen, and then Regina George.
Regina.
So Regina's obviously Tess.
Yeah, Gretchen is Peggy,
Yeah.
and Karen, that's her name, right?
Karen, the blonde one.
Yeah.
30% chance it's already raining.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is Ella.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they're the dumb ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
They're the dumb ones.
Yeah.
And Demi is Katie Heron. Yeah.
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 No, it's
Mean Girls.
again, they are making Mean Girls.
And then Caitlin is Janice.
Yep.
Janice, yep.
Boom.
It's
Done.
it's really they're making Mean Girls.
Yeah.
They 100% were trying to make Mean Girls.
Okay. So then Mitchie like is in a different cabin and she's setting up plates and she like pulls out her songbook and okay, we cut to Shane and he's like ranting on the phone. He's like, it's been 3 hours, I need hair product. I've looked at a tree. I've gotten
learned
push-up
my
lessons.
It's pretty funny to just be
It
like,
is.
I'm done with this camp. I saw a tree. I'm good.
I need my hair product. It's been 3 hours and it's humid. Like
Yeah. It's pretty funny.
like fans see him.
Yeah. He's on the phone. He stops being on the phone.
Yeah.
He's 2 feet from like 6 girls on the stairs. They would have seen him earlier.
Maybe they just realized it's him, or they're polite and they're letting him
It's
finish.
time to get off.
Like, wait, let's
They're
make
not
it-
polite
let's
after, so
He just chase him. Okay.
this is just stuck in the suburbs again.
Yeah. Also, when they chase him, And he trips.
Oh, that
looks-
wasn't scripted.
Okay,
That was one of the fun facts that I didn't put down. He actually fell.
I was gonna say that looks so real.
Yeah, no, he like
Like-
actually fell down, and they kept it because they're like, "That's good."
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, that wasn't scripted.
That's funny.
So then Mitchie sees a kazoo line, and she goes, "I should play my song on this kazoo."
On the kazoo.
Yes.
And-
This is an actual recording of the song that was in the movie. We are risking a copyright strike. This is it, note for note.
So Mitchie's like, "I'm really sad. Let me pull up my songbook and grab this kazoo right now."
Beautiful.
And then she leaves.
Yeah, and then she just freaking leaves.
And Shane goes in and goes, "Who's in here? That was the most beautiful kazoo playing I've ever heard in my life."
And yeah, she's just like,
He's in love.
he's like, maybe this camp's not all that bad. I didn't even know they had kazoos here.
Yeah.
Any camp that has kazoos is the camp for me.
And Kazoo Girl is his obsession all summer.
Yes. He's always like, bring me the girl who can
Girl with
kazoo.
Kazoo.
When I heard that kazoo song, it reminded me of the music
I wanted to make. I've been looking for a new sound.
sound. I should maybe take up the kazoo.
Every song from here on out in the movie is on kazoo.
It's really good.
Really good.
Yeah, even just like the music producer Caitlin is just hitting kazoo notes on the
kazoo
keyboard.
notes.
It's a kazoo tone.
Okay, but back to reality, you can tell that is just like Demi singing candidly.
Oh, yeah.
And it's so good. Demi's so talented.
No, that's the thing. Demi Lovato, like, again, is well known as just having one of the best voices.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. I'm gonna say, like, this is something I just have like a note about in general, but like the audio in this movie is kind of shit. Like, there are some times where it peaks really bad, and there are some times where you can so clearly tell it's like dubbed over for song.
Oh, and even like the voices.
Even the voices.
They do the lines over.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's sometimes you can really tell, but this is one of those times you can tell that it's live and it's just so good.
And it's really good.
Yeah.
And I like the rendition because like she's changing the melody a little bit.
Yeah.
It's really good.
It's really good though.
Okay, so then back to the cabin, Mitchie's like, "I need to change my clothes. These people are so cool." So she like grabs her mom's shirt, which I guess is cooler than the shit she brought. And the mom's like, "Just be yourself." Okay.
She
kind of
doesn't do this the
offended.
entire movie.
She's like, those are my clothes.
Yeah. Okay, so then Mitchie goes to the opening night jam.
There's a lot of jams.
Everything is a jam.
Literally,
okay?
I think there is one event in the whole movie that's like a group event that's not a jam.
I think it is a jam, and you're wrong. I think every jam is a jam.
Everything is a jam.
Everything's a jam.
Unless
Okay.
it's class. Then it's a class.
Wrote down opening night jam. I did not make that up. They must have said it.
No, they did say that. I
It's
remember.
opening night jam. And Lola, okay, so Mitchie like sees Caitlin and she gets to meet Lola. Lola then sings a song. She sings, "Who's got what it takes to be my guy?"
Pretty bad
what
song,
it takes to
honestly.
make me shine, what it takes to get me
fired. Yeah.
This sucks.
She's also dancing throughout the whole cafeteria?
Yeah, ish. It's like a cabin. It's dining hall.
Dining hall.
It's a dining hall.
Yeah, she's like dancing on the tables.
And there's a bunch of like boy backup dancers that are doing really good.
I don't know if they were scheduled to perform with her.
They
or
must have been. It's all
or
choreographed.
vibe. But then again, they're just at Camp Rock. Everyone can dance.
That's true.
Everybody just knows the dances right away at Camp Rock.
Who's got what it takes? This is the worst song in both
Also,
cameras.
Lola
Agreed.
doesn't perform in Final Jam. Do we know why?
Is she not in Hasta La Vista?
No, well, she might be in the background, but she's definitely not.
She's not
Featured.
singing.
No, she's definitely not like a
Lola
feature.
like barely gets a line the rest of the movie, and she has a whole ass song. She's not in the sequel.
Yeah.
I
But I don't
wouldn't be
know what this
surprised
is.
if anyone listening to this goes, "Oh, I didn't know her name was Lola."
Yeah,
I don't blame you.
I
Like,
didn't.
who the fuck is she singing this song? The best part of the song is the bridge when she's like, could you be the one? That's the best part of the song. But then she goes, who's got what it takes?
Yeah.
It's just a snoozing song.
It's such a
The
snore.
dancing is a little fun, but it's
Yeah.
again, being a musical is something that Kelsey and I both view as a positive aspect of a movie. But this is the type of songs that them being in a musical don't do anything for me.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of like, get to the end.
So then after the song's over, Mitchie goes, wow, she's amazing. And Kaylin goes, yeah, her mom's on Broadway, so she better be amazing.
This is where we get to the point of every single person in here except Mitchie is only here because their parent works in the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
Not
'cause
just
they're
like,
rich.
not just a rich person job.
You're right.
An entertainment
Specifically a
industry.
music
Yeah,
entertainment
and they're
job.
like, this kid is good because their parent is good, and that's the only reason like that works.
So
Yeah.
basically, everyone here except Mitchie is a Nepo baby.
Yeah.
Yep. And she was a Nepo baby because she got in because her mom got the job.
So she's a caterer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so then Tess comes over and is all snarky, but Mitchie's like, Mitchie, like she's so excited.
Mitchie has so many reasons to hate Tess already.
But she doesn't. She's like in awe of her.
Because she
Yes.
wants to be popular, which is not something we really got to know
Also-
before this, but you know.
Her mom is TJ Tyler.
Yeah. Also, I'm just like, Mitchie has seen her be so rude to so many people already. I'm just like, why? But she
wants to be one of the cool kids.
She just wants to be popular.
So then they're like, Mitchie, what do your parents do? And she's like, my dad owns a hardware store. And they're like, oh, that's so lame. And they start walking away. But she's like, oh, but my mom is the president of Hot Tunes TV in China.
She just says president.
Yeah, president of Hot Tunes TV in China.
Yeah, she just keeps going.
Yeah, and now the girls like her. And Mitchie's like, oh my god, yeah, I was in like 3 music videos last summer, but like I was just in the back. Like,
Can't
it's
see me.
cool, you can't see me. And they're like, you know what, Mitchie, you should come bunk with us in our cabin.
This is a very quick invite to be a part of the girl group.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
again, Mean Girls.
It's
so.
because she's connected and
Yeah.
talented and plays the kazoo.
Yes, the kazoo.
we're gonna be rolling with this gag this whole episode, aren't we?
Yeah.
Okay, so then they're like, come sit with us in the VIP section, which is just a table in the middle of the tiny
Yeah.
hall.
It's very
right
not
next to
private.
Caitlin's table. Like,
Yeah, I love when
Also, whenever there's popular girls in a movie like this, I just genuinely believe they're only popular to like the people in the movie, and no one else at this camp cares. But then again, there's only like 30 people at this camp. So
well, Tess performs at like pretty much every jam, and they're probably just like, oh god, this bitch again.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many people here. Can we see someone else?
Yeah.
this is boring.
And she's got all these freaking backup dancers every time.
Who are
like-
not students.
No, she
No.
probably just hires them to come and backup dance for her.
So I would also like to point out, despite everyone working in the entertainment industry, the only one who has like a main pop singer or just singer musician like as a parent is Tess.
Yeah, of like super famous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like we hear Broadway, we hear people working on cruise ships.
Yeah.
We
I'm sure like Peggy and Ella's parents are probably something, you know? Like, I don't because
know.
they're hanging out with Tess, so I don't know. Okay, so then Mitchie is like gonna move into their cabin.
She is bought into the lie.
Yep,
Yep.
and mom's like, yep, totally cool, you can leave. And she's like, I'll just wake up early to like still help you in the kitchen. And then she gets to Tess's cabin, and Tess is really snarky to Peggy. And Tess like calls her mom, and she's like, Mom, oh my gosh, you'll never guess who's here. but the mom is like busy. The mom's like, I'm literally about to have a concert.
Start a concert.
Yeah, so like can't talk. And Tess is like, okay, that's fine. Like, I don't have a relationship with my mom.
And
Yeah,
then
we're
she's
supposed
like,
to feel
just like
empathetic, but no.
Tess is like, oh yeah, my mom had to go like she always does. She had a concert.
Come on. Okay. So Mitchie comes in and Tess is like, oh, yep, you can have Peggy's bed.
The one Peggy is currently sitting
Yeah,
on.
she's on it and is already set up in. She's like, yep, that's your bed, Mitchie. Why does Mitchie just take it? Why doesn't she go, oh, I'll take the empty
Mitchie
one?
doesn't care about Peggy or Ella in the slightest.
No,
she only cares about Tess. Mitchie is incredibly selfish in this like phase of the movie.
Yeah.
Because
she already made a friend. Like, she talks to her mom like, I have no friends back home. I just wanted to fit in. Like, you made a friend in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
In Caitlin, in Lola, and you ditched them for Tess.
yes.
Why?
Yeah, there's not a good reason. You want to be viewed as popular, but again, that's not how popularity works, but it is in movies, so I don't know.
Look, in high school, it does feel like that though, sometimes. Like, it feels that dire.
Yeah. Okay, so then Mitchie lies about her clothes some more.
She lies a lot.
Yeah.
No, again, there's a very poignant line from her later on.
That's what made me start writing notes.
We'll get to that. That's about halfway through the movie where she says she does not lie.
Oh
she never lies.
On what fucking planet?
But
she lies, she's like,
from this point on, everything she talks about, like in her home life, which is about a third of her conversations, is a flat out lie.
Yeah. So, yeah, because they're like, all your clothes are in that tiny bag, which first off, yeah, how are all of her clothes in that tiny bag?
For the whole summer.
She wears a different outfit every day. There's no way
No.
she has all those clothes in that tiny bag, but she's like, oh, I just threw out my old clothes because I didn't like them and I'm rich. And then they point out Tessa's charm bracelet, which is from her mom. Every time her mom wins a Grammy, she adds a charm, and it's totally blingalicious. And then they see Mitchie's songbook, and they're like, oh my god, let's hear a song. Let's do it. And Mitchie pulls out her kazoo.
Uh-huh.
And she does, a little... you know how she does.
She does the first few notes of This Is Me.
This is me.
Oh,
that's how Tess knows later.
Right. Because she heard it.
Yeah. Which is good that they established that like Mitchie does.
Otherwise it would have felt awkward.
She does kazoo her a little bit of This Is Me. And she's like a little embarrassed. She's like, it's stupid. Like,
yeah, they show the lyrics, which are obviously just interpretive because it's kazoo.
Yeah. It's like sheet music of like the notes. Yeah. And it says kazoo with feeling. Yeah. And Peggy's like, that was so good, right, Tess? And Tess is like, totally. Like,
very bitchy.
Like, red eyes, like, oh, competition. I need to take this bitch down.
Jealousy.
Jealousy. She can't play kazoo like that. Like,
no, Tess never kazoo like that.
Never. Okay, next morning, Mitchie wakes up really early to go help in the kitchen.
God,
this part's stupid.
It's so.
So Ella, I wrote dumb girl because I didn't know her name at this point. Her name's Ella. She like hears her. She's like Mitchie, but Mitchie's like, no, you're asleep. You're a rock princess.
Yeah.
She goes, okay, I rock. And she goes back to sleep, and that works.
So dumb.
It works.
It's
Again,
so
this movie is so dumb, and like you gotta accept that, and I want to accept that because there's a lot about this movie that's fun once you do.
Yeah.
You
just have to laugh at the cringy.
But sometimes it's just like
sometimes it's hard.
That kind of hurts.
Yeah. Okay, so then they go to breakfast, and Mitchie originally sits with Caitlin and Lola, but then Tess calls her over like, Mitchie, you sit with us. Before she leaves, Caitlin goes, oh, your music, are you any good? Well, some advice. If you want to be friends with Tess, don't be.
This is something Kelsey and I talked about through here. We're supposed to cheer for Caitlin the whole movie.
Every line she says is like sarcastic or pessimistic.
Or just mean-spirited.
And we're supposed to be like, yeah, she's the best.
Yeah, she had Oh, what are you gonna
I was
say?
gonna say I love her.
Oh, we like her. Don't
Like, I
Yeah.
love how sassy she is about Tess, but yes, here it's like you don't really like. There's not a ton of
Well,
evidence.
like when it comes to Tess, it's more understandable, but she does this about everything,
Yeah,
really.
Yeah.
And honestly, the reason I think I like her so much is because I like Alison Stoner.
yeah,
You know, because I think she's a good.
She does a
actor
good job
performer.
despite her character being this like theoretically annoying and mean,
Yeah,
making her likable.
Yeah.
That's a good job on Alison Stoner's part.
yeah. I think Alison Stoner is just likable. Okay, so then cut to Brown like waking Shane up by dumping some water.
Oh, this part was iconic. I loved it because he was like, make sure you put that mattress out. It's not going to dry itself. Also, you should put some water back in that vase that I dumped on you.
Yeah, it's very like fuck you.
Yeah, it's really good.
I dumped water on you and I have the upper hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they do that. And then Brown shows up to like, I guess it's music class. I don't know. Everyone's sitting with like
It's
their
a class that he's teaching for music.
Yeah.
What do they do with this class? They hear
I think they
Demi
sing.
Lovato kazoo.
and we never
Kazoo. The
yeah, the
kazoo class.
Yeah,
It's not a singing class. We're definitely not saying kazoo and singing interchangeably here.
No. We never see this class again.
No, like, I feel like the only class we see twice is hip hop dance.
Yeah, and we literally see it twice.
Yeah.
And that's it. Just so that Shane could like yell at BenG.
Okay, yes, I wrote that down too.
Like that's we don't see them dancing in dance class twice. We see them dancing once.
Side note, sidebar. Why is Shane Gray teaching hip hop dance?
That's later. Well, we're in singing class right now. Okay.
Yeah. No, kazooing class.
We're in kazoo class. We're in kazoo class right now, and Brown. Everyone's like fucking like jamming, like dancing
Yeah.
and Shane. And this is where you can see Alison Stoner really killing it. Like they should have made Alison Stoner's character more of a dancer, and they do that in the second one because Alison Stoner is notoriously a really good dancer.
Yeah.
And they made her a music producer in this one for like the plot, but like if you're bringing Alison Stoner in, give her more dance. Like she's so good. So in the second one, it's literally I mean I'll talk about it in the second one when we cover it, but like all of a sudden she's like not a music producer anymore, and she's like just a dancer.
Oh.
Because it's fucking Alison Stoner.
Yeah.
And you should, but like
Just retcon
it's
her.
weird that they retcon her and she doesn't produce music anymore.
Yeah.
It's weird. But anyway, she's a music producer right now. Brown comes in and he's like, "Oh, if the class is a rockin', I'm glad I came a knockin'."
Yeah. See, these are the kind of things I'm like, that's weird. Like,
That's this movie.
But everyone's into it.
okay, yeah, but I'm like, it's weird in like a flirty way. And I'm like, ugh.
He's just that like fun guy. He's
Yeah.
like your friend. He's not a camp counselor. He's your friend.
He's the uncle you see once like every 4 months, and it's the perfect amount.
Yeah. Hence Shane being there for summer.
Yeah, and so Brown goes, "Who wants to play the kazoo first?" And everybody,
This part two with the finger.
yeah. So everybody raises their hand except for Mitchie. So of course he like wiggles his little finger, and he's like, "You," and Mitchie's like, "Me? No, I couldn't possibly.
Play kazoo in front of other people.
I
then-
didn't even bring my kazoo."
And Tess is being a bitch and is like, I can do it instead, right?
And he's like,
Tess-
"Oh, the finger."
finger chose you, and I just like the finger pointy weird.
And so, so Mitchie comes up, and she grabs the kazoo, and she's just very quietly playing the kazoo.
It's up to me.
And they're like, "Oh, I know you're doing a solo, but it's so loud
that I can't hear you.
Cringe.
So then this is when she like totally belts out the projection
Oh yeah.
she's giving on the kazoo right now.
I feel like this is a good moment to mention. Demi Lovato has a thing that is, again, incredible voice, incredible kazoo playing in this movie.
There's kind of like an accent thing going on of like pronunciation. Is that what you're talking about?
That, but I was gonna more say Demi Lovato, especially when singing, but also when acting, always to me when smiling, looks like a kindergartner trying to do their picture day,
Yes,
showing
yes.
every tooth in their mouth.
See this movie, I
No,
feel
it's like so big, so
It's
big.
weird. And it's
How-
like,
And this is one of
How
those
does she have so
parts.
many teeth? Like
you see all of
you
the
see
teeth.
every tooth.
So when she's singing, also imagine that this is happening. She's opening her mouth a lot, and so
Yeah.
you're seeing a lot.
This scene is like notorious on TikTok. Like people have recreated the way she's singing because it's funny.
It is
Yeah.
a weird enunciation.
I mean, playing the kazoo.
Yeah, yeah, kazoo.
The pronunciation on the kazoo is funny.
Yes.
We've already run this into the ground.
It's funny, okay. Okay, so then after music kazoo class, Tess is like, Mitchie, you should sing with us at Final Jam. Obviously, like, Tess wants to just put her in the background, but she's like, you can sing backup for us. And Mitchie's like, oh, I was gonna do solo. Which, like, Mitchie has been so shy and scared this whole time, but she's like, I wanna do a solo at Final Jam.
Yeah.
Like, bitch. But then
Okay.
Tess is like, wow, that's so brave in front of all those people. And this is your first time performing in front of people? Wow, you are brave. And so Mitchie's like, oh, wait, no, I'll do it. I'll sing in your group. Yeah.
Yeah, Tess psyched her out.
She socially manipulated her.
Yeah, because she's a bitch.
She's a bitch. And then Mitchie runs off because she has to go work in the kitchen. Okay, so in the kitchen, Mitchie starts to clean everything up because the mom's like, oh, you're late, but it's okay. You can just clean up. So she's like alone in the kitchen. And Shane walks in and Mitchie goes, fuck. Like, no one can know that I work in the kitchen because I'm lying to everyone's face. So she like puts flour on her face and it somehow is like perfectly patted into her skin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
two things. Number one, I feel like part of the reason she did that is she just wanted to stay hidden. Not even just that was her being there. She's just like, I don't want to talk to people. That was my own take on it. Number
could
two,
be.
this is, in my opinion, a goop. I'll say this.
Goop. Yeah.
Like,
It's flour.
I'm gonna say this, and I think you can agree on this. I think there are two goops in the movie. There's one that's undeniable later on. We'll get to it.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's also a food fight scene that is somehow the least goopy food fight scene you can possibly have.
Food fight.
We'll talk about it, but I think between the food fight and
even got in
the
trouble.
flour, I think that at least combines for one goop.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
at least
there's some
one.
goop.
Yeah.
So there's two because there's the second one, which is very clearly a goop.
Yeah. Okay. So the reason Shane is coming in, which by the way, I have never paid attention to what he's like complaining about.
Same.
But it's-
Before
Until
this
this
time,
time.
until this time, I actually paid attention. He comes in and says, my manager was supposed to send over my allergy list, but I couldn't even touch my breakfast this morning. So I need to talk to whoever's in charge.
Very reasonable
So
complaint. It is
reasonable.
literally the number one most important reason you could talk to a chef.
Yes, he's literally allergic to food and couldn't eat today
Yeah.
because his allergies
He's probably
weren't accommodated.
hangry.
He's
Okay.
hungry.
So valid, but also he didn't have to be so freaking hot and rude about it. Like coming in so hot and being so rude about it, you know?
That's true, but I would be mad.
Yeah, I'd be like upset, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't be like
No,
mad like he is.
He does come in hot and heavy, but like Bitchy's like, you're such a jerk.
Yeah, she did kind of react strong.
Yeah, and he's like really taken aback, and he's like, okay. Well, okay, he comes in hot and heavy, but then when he sees, because he's like, hello, is anyone here? Hello? I think that's why he's yelling. When he's talking to Mitchie, he's like talking at a normal volume.
Yeah.
And he's like, I need my like allergies accommodated. I couldn't even touch my breakfast. And then he just kind of stops and he goes, can I just talk to whoever's in charge? 'Cause he knows that Mitchie is not going to be able to do anything.
Yeah.
He's
why
not
would
being
she?
that unreasonable.
So,
He's
when-
just angry.
Yeah, when he says, can I just talk to whoever's in charge? I feel like that's fine. He should just like talk to a manager. But
Yeah.
Mitchie's like, that's not a way to talk to a person. You're being a jerk. And he's like, yeah, fine. I guess I'll just have my manager send over my allergy list again.
Well, actually, there's one thing. He's like, well, who are you? And she's like, a person.
I'm a person.
Treat me like one. And he's like, okay, I'll have them send it again.
Yeah, and then he starts to walk away and she goes, him.
Yeah, she's
And he
rude.
goes, thank you.
For
And she's
what?
like, that's better. Like, literally, she did nothing but yell at him.
Yeah.
Why the fuck did she make him say thank you?
Yeah, why? What is he thanking her for?
Nothing. She didn't do a single goddamn thing. Except tell him to, like, be nicer.
It doesn't make sense.
Tell me thank you for telling you to be nice. Good.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
To redo what you already did.
So, see, I'm looking at that scene in just a whole new light now because I never paid attention before to what he was mad about. And I'm like, actually, like, Mitchie's kind of the wrong, right? At least at the end, like,
Yeah.
come on, Mitchie. Whatever. Okay, so, like, new day, Brown makes Shane go to the class he's supposed to teach. And he's like, where's that kid I used to know? The kid that just loved music. And Brown's like, it's not all about you. And Shane's like, in my world, it is. And Brown's like, well, not my world. And in my world, you have to teach hip hop.
Hip hop dancing.
For some reason,
He's
he
not a
doesn't-
hip hop artist.
I guess maybe they don't have any instructor that can do hip hop, and they like promise it on the brochure. So they're like, well, this guy's the youngest, so he'll probably be the least bad at it.
I guess. Okay, so, Mitchie shows up late to class, or not late, but like she shows up later than everyone else, and she lies some more.
About her mom.
Yeah,
Not doing TV China.
Yeah, she loves to
Again,
lie.
she just lies a lot.
Yep.
We don't need to cover every time. She says a lot of stuff, and it's basically all false.
So then Shane walks in. He goes, "Grab a mic and a hat. Follow me if you can."
It's so aggressive.
It's really aggressive.
Also,
do?
what dancing uses specifically two props, a hat,
A mic and a hat.
mic, and a hat, and that's like standardized enough to be in a class. Just ask some questions.
So then he puts in the song "Start the Party," and the beginning dance he does when it's acting like he just ate that up is actually so cringy. And people
It's so
People have
bad.
made videos about it on TikTok, specifically about how bad it is. Like, he kind of, like, does the little sidewalk, and he's like, yeah, burnt out, get the groove, get the music play.
Yeah.
And he's, like, doing fist pumps and shit. Like,
It's very
it's so bad.
yeah. It's
It's so funny. So they start dancing, and then he goes, across the floor, and they start, like, circling and shit, and that part's cool.
like circle face the front.
Yeah.
Like,
Start the party. Come on, get it up. Let's start the party. What you waiting for now? So they do that, and it's a pretty fun dance number.
Yeah, it's
Al Stoner especially is a really good dancer.
okay, but also like the way that everybody just knows the dance right away.
Yeah, how do you know the dance?
They're doing so good.
And Joe Jonas, Shane Gray is doing the least.
Yeah, he's not very good.
He's not a hip hop dancer.
It's not his field. Put him in this class.
Sick take us to paradise. Close your eyes. So that's Start the Party. And then right at the end of the song,
Is that even a hip hop song?
it's close enough. There is a beat.
I would
it's
consider
really
it a little hippie.
it's definitely more pop.
It's more pop.
Because it's still a hip hop dance. It should be playing hip hop music.
Yeah, I don't know. Don't question it. Don't
Not a
question
hip
it.
hop dancer. He doesn't know what hip hop is.
Yeah. Okay, so then right at the end of the song, the drummer guy, he falls over, and Tess goes, "Talk about dancing to the beat of a different drum."
Side note,
Cringe.
in every class that we see, every character is in it.
Yeah.
That's true. They all have the same schedule.
Again, there's only
There's
like
only
20
30.
people.
You keep the number you say keeps going down. I think you started at 40 and now it's just 20.
So Shane like rolls his eyes at Tessa's comment, and then he goes, "You good at the drums?"
He just
And he doesn't.
Oh my god.
He just pulled out
No
the drumsticks-
line.
No line. He just pulled out the drumsticks that are in his pocket and starts
On the ground.
On the ground, because he's on the ground, right? He fell over, and he just does a little drum on the ground. And Shane goes, "Man, you're a drummer, dude."
yeah.
And then he like helps him up, and he goes, "Now we need to get that beat from those sticks to your feet." Or something.
Yes, yeah. It's so, all of this interaction is so cringe, but it's so funny.
Is there any good dialogue in this movie? I'm asking
Yes.
genuinely.
Yes, I wrote some down.
Okay.
Like where it's
Yeah.
good writing.
I
think so.
I think so.
Maybe them in the canoe.
Yeah, like they're.
That's
I
like
think-
the most realistic I feel like
I
the wording
actually-
is.
And when she's calling, or when he's calling her out in the classroom, that's pretty good too.
Oh shit! The like emotional.
But that's more like
speech.
soap opera to me.
It's good.
Okay, but I actually think the romance plot in this movie is done pretty well.
So too.
I honestly completely agree. It's funny. We all are going to be shit talking this movie a lot, but the core thing it was trying to do, even more than being Mean Girls ripoff, is to try and do a romance plot between these two.
Yeah, Joe Jonas
And
and
you
Demi
can
Lovato.
believe it. And I think it's because these two have chemistry
It's
together.
very good chemistry.
They like are both willing to act and like figure out this role and figure out this relationship within it. They actually play this seriously when I don't think much else in this movie is taken seriously.
Yeah, everything else is very like non-serious, but the relationship, yes.
Okay, so now we're at the dining hall, and this is where they get the drinks from the trumpets,
Yes.
and it was really cool. And I wrote it down because it was
You
really
wrote
cool.
it down.
Yeah, because we're like, look at that.
It's
that's
trumpets.
So fun.
They're just getting like Kool-Aid out of trumpets.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so cool. Okay, then Tess asks Mitchie, like, where were you this morning? But then before she has to answer, Connie comes up. And she's like, I just wanted to come meet Mitchie's new friends.
Yep.
And this is where I learned that Ella's name is Ella. I didn't know before.
I don't think they've
In her
said it.
notes, it's in all caps.
Yeah, Ella. It's Ella. That's her name. Ella, Peggy, and Tess. Okay, and then things are just super awkward, and Mitchie kind of like gives eyes to her mom, like, get out of here. So she leaves. And they're like, okay, how do you know her? And Mitchie's like, oh my God, like, don't you know her? She cooks food for a bunch of celebrities, like J-Lo.
Just more lying.
And
Basically
whatever,
covering her
yeah.
ass for knowing the cook.
yeah, she
Yeah.
lies. Yeah,
But
she
it's
lies
just-
more.
Everything she does digs a deeper hole for herself.
Yeah.
Okay, then we get like a 2-second scene of Shane like starting to play guitar a little, and Brown's like, oh, that sounds like some of your old stuff. And Shane's like, yeah, I just want to shake up my sound. And then he's like, you coming to the campfire? And Shane's like, no, I'm not coming to
But you can
campfire.
see basically what this scene's trying to do is show like he's warming up to the camp,
Yeah.
Yeah. And embracing like
being here.
the creativity and all that.
Yeah. And then we get another 2-second scene of like Mitchie in the kitchen, and the mom's like, oh, your friends seem nice. Like, you can tell she doesn't like Tess.
Probably doesn't like the other friends too much either, but like they did
Yeah.
nothing.
And Connie's like, these just aren't, no, I didn't think that was really your vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and then and she says you just always seemed so and then Mitchie says invisible, and her mom's like, I was gonna say independent. Like,
Yeah, because remember, Mitchie has one friend back home, which I find very hard to believe, but she's a very like peppy, bubbly, happy
But
person.
she's supposed to be shy, except she's only shy when the plot asks for it.
Yeah, otherwise she's very
Only
like
when-
outgoing.
only when she's playing the kazoo.
Like I'm saying that she made a friend of Caitlyn in like the first like 2 minutes of meeting.
Yeah.
They were friends within one sentence, which is weird.
Yeah. Which is kind of how you make friends at camp.
Yeah.
You kind of go with the first person you see, right? Is that not how friends are made? Is that not how we became friends?
That's exactly how this happened.
Like we became friends at Board Game Club because we like played a game together, and we're like, yeah, we vibe.
we vibe. We're gonna play games the rest of the night.
That's how you make friends.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so you can kind of tell that Connie doesn't like Tess, and then she's like, it's not your vibe. Okay, so now we're at the campfire jam.
Jam.
It is called the campfire jam.
It
Are you sure?
Yeah, I am sure because this is the one I know it for sure is called a jam.
Okay, this was the one I was not confident
Oh,
in.
it's
The one I'm not confident about is the beach jam.
That one, it says
beach jam on
Is it really?
stage.
I know this is campfire jam.
Yeah,
Okay.
I wrote down
so
campfire
they are
jam.
all jams.
They're
all
all
jams.
jams. All right. Then Dee comes out and
Dee.
she's like, she does her little like Vogue thing. Yeah, like it's really weird.
D is barely in this movie.
Yeah, she's on the second one, but that's because other camp counselors left.
Yeah.
It's just kind of weird that she's a character at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They just didn't want Brown there doing everything.
Mhm.
I guess I don't know. So then Tess comes out with her backup bitches, and she sings "Too Cool" with her shoulder movements.
That she dislocated.
Too cool for my dress.
Still singing, even though
Yeah,
everyone
she
knows
does look-
kazooing's in right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone's like, "Why aren't you playing the kazoo like Mitchie?" Like,
Mitchie's doing kazoo in the background.
Yeah, she's a background kazooer. Yeah.
She goes,
It's too cool for you. And also, I think in this part, the cinematography does a good job of like, or maybe not cinematography, but like they do a good job of capturing like Mitchie, like kind of breaking down and being like, I don't like this.
yeah, she
and
doesn't like being backup.
yeah, and then coming back into it. They do a really good job.
She's like trying her best, but you can tell she's not happy with
Yeah.
singing backup. And Shane did come to watch after all. He's like on the side.
Yeah, he
So he's
did.
like, oh. Okay. I wrote, is it just me or is Tess not a very good performer?
No.
Like, she's doing the dance and everything. I just think she doesn't have very good stage presence.
I'm kind of saving my discussion on them for when we get to Final Jam itself,
Okay.
when we'll do that. But yeah, like in this performance, I don't think Tessa is giving it.
No.
She like is literally a very stupid dance.
The shoulder.
The shoulder's dumb.
I hate it.
Like it could work in some context, but it's too much to just be that. And like, yeah, it's just the song being bad doesn't help it.
No, this song is not good.
I'm too cool to know you.
My hot take is Camp Rock doesn't really have that good of music.
Fight me.
Okay, name me 2 good songs.
2 good songs from this
This
movie.
movie's real.
This Is Me and Gotta Find You, because it's the same. They're both
I
good.
gotta
I'm gonna
find
say those
you.
are the same song.
They're not.
So Gotta Find You is its own song.
How the one that she sings in the class. Like,
Well, I do.
it's
I don't
up
like
to
that one.
me,
What
a
about-
world of never ending
Possibilities.
What about Hasta La Vista?
It's fun
I'm not
too.
gonna say
It's not a
goodbye
good
to you. It's a good time. You
Music
can't
taste
deny
is
that.
subjective, and I said it was a hot take.
Fine. Hot take is I love this movie.
That's a
I think the little
It's great.
the little she's really good keyboard, the do 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 do. I think that's a good song.
we're jumping ahead of
It's
ourselves.
really good.
Yeah, I'll
all
talk.
all the good gems are later.
Yeah. Okay. So as they're leaving the stage,
Oh,
Caitlin like kind of grabs Mitchie and goes, "Did you have fun singing backup?"
Mitchie
Like-
just like and walks away.
Yeah. It's like Caitlin's like
She's so confrontational.
bitchy. Like
Okay, but so is Tess, and I get why
Yeah.
Caitlyn is like spoilers for earlier. I'm not gonna say it, but I get why Caitlyn hates Tess so much.
yeah, but really, she's being like rude to Mitchie too. Well, she's like, "Why are you friends with Tess?" Like,
I think there's also part of it. It's like Caitlyn was like, I was literally friends with you, and then you were like, bye for Tess.
yeah,
Yeah, I think that's
like I
definitely
thought we
it.
were friends. What the
Yeah.
heck? Yeah. Okay, so next morning, Shane is playing guitar on the pier.
Yes.
Mitchie kind of like walks up and it's behind a tree and you hear her cough. You do hear her go like, but the way Shane reacts, he goes, "Oh my God, get some peace." Like he's so
Yeah.
about it. Like he heard her coming or something. And she goes, "Can a guy get some peace?"
He just
Like,
immediately lashes out.
he's so mad about it.
Yeah.
And Mitchie's like, "Sorry," and then she walks up and she's like, "Sorry," and then she goes, "Was that you singing? Like it sounded kind of different." And they're like, "Oh, different from the cookie cutter pop star stuff." But he's like being sarcastic with
Yeah.
her, but she's actually like still being really nice. And she's like, "Well, it was pretty good for cookie cutter pop star stuff. Like,
Yeah.
being cute, you know." And Mitchie's like, "You're like a Camp Rock legend." And Shane's like, "Some legend. Now I only play like what the label says will sell."
Yeah.
And Mitchie's like, "You don't think that song would sell?" And he's like, "Well, I don't know." And she's like, "Well, I know one girl that would buy it." It's really cute.
Yeah.
Like their whole romance plot is really cute.
It is very cute, this part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Benji's not impressed, but
Well, here's the thing. I already said I think the romance plot is the best serious part of this movie,
yeah.
but like it's still just generic to me.
Yeah.
Like I don't think it's doing anything special. I just think it works, and it's one of the only things this movie tried to make work to work.
Yeah. Okay, so now cut to the dining hall. Everybody has plain plates of plain pasta.
A bowl of sauce in the middle or like
It's-
vegetable. It's either like a bowl
It's
of
like a
sauce.
soup or
It's
something.
a soup or a sauce or a
With
vegetable.
their plain pasta, and I'm like, this is very BenG, because BenG likes his pasta plain with some Parmesan cheese.
Look, I'm a picky eater. I won't lie.
So everyone's just eating a BenG meal. They're like, let's have our plain, dry fucking pasta. BenG adds butter for the record, so it's not just dry pasta.
Look, Connie didn't do them dirty. I'm sure it's got butter.
It's probably, you're right, there's probably butter, but like, where the fuck is the sauce?
It's in the bowl.
But, for the picky eaters out there, you don't have to add the sauce if you don't want to, I guess.
Huge.
So Caitlin is sitting at the table and she kind of has her foot out,
Yeah.
which I do that. Like it's not intentional. But then Tess trips over it and Caitlin starts to go, "Oh, I'm so sorry." But then she sees that it's Tess
Mhm.
and she goes, "Actually, I'm so not."
Which is just rude.
It's
Like-
so
It's Tess.
Like, I know it's 10, but still, just imagine hearing that ever. She's like, I didn't escalate it at all. She just immediately escalated it.
She did.
Yeah. Yeah, she wanted to pick a fight with Tess. So then Tess dumps her plain pasta onto Caitlin and then salts her outfit. And then Caitlin throws her plain pasta and they have a plain pasta fight.
It's literally just pasta.
It's because, it's lazy filming because they didn't want to reset wardrobe.
Yeah.
They're like,
It's so
let's just throw some
stupid.
plain pasta.
It's the lamest food fight you've ever seen.
Ever.
It's so dumb.
They should have dumped milk on each other. Like, I don't know. So then Mitchie tries to break it up, but literally she just stands in the middle of them as they throw their pasta. Like, whatever. So then Brown calls them to a different room. He's like, "What's going on here? Come with me." And he's like, "I hate it when I have to be uncool." So he's Brown. He's the cool guy,
He's just like Mick Jagger, Aerosmith. Oh,
play guitar, and I'm Australian. Okay, so they're like, "You started, blah 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 blah," and Brown goes,
They're
"I
fighting.
don't care. Who was the first to throw the food?" Apparently, the only person who gets in trouble is the person who did it first. They should all get in trouble.
Yeah, first of all, why is Mitchie even there? She
She
didn't.
was in the middle getting pasta thrown at her.
Okay, fine, but like she didn't
he
need.
didn't do anything.
Mitchie shouldn't be in trouble, but it should have been Caitlin and Tess getting in trouble because they both did throw pasta.
Yeah, okay. So like Brown is like, who threw it first,
And Tess goes, "Easy, it was Caitlin."
and Caitlin's like, well, it's technically true, but, and then Brown is like, no buts. I'm like, no, yes buts. Like
Well, we know that from the audience. From his perspective, they both agreed that Tess didn't start it, which to me,
No. She's saying that's technically true, but she was gonna say, "But
Yeah.
Tess
He dumped it.
I know. She just needed to immediately say no. Just say that she threw
she
it.
shouldn't have said that's technically true. She should have said
That's not true.
Tess dumped her pasta on me, and then I
Don't
threw
say
it.
that's technically true. That's you admitting guilt.
Yeah, no,
that is
just
negotiation loss.
Just say Tess dumped it on me first.
yeah,
Like she started it. Yeah, no, she didn't throw it, but she dumped it on me, and then I threw it, and then she threw it, and then
This is her being snarky, getting played against her.
yes,
yeah, she always has to be fucking clever.
And that's
Well-
just Brown being like, I'm not going to give you time to come back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You both at this moment, even if it's fake, agreed on who's at fault. I'm done.
Yeah.
So then Brown puts Caitlin on kitchen duty, and
What?
Tess gets no punishment.
yeah. Tess gets off scot free every time. I hate her.
Yeah, so Mitchie's like, "What?" And then she goes, "Oh, I mean, ew. Kitchen
Ew.
duty, ew." It's like you're just making food. Like that's kind of fun.
Yeah, I'm like, I volunteered in the kitchen in my high school, and I had a great time.
You got to
You
remember, these are rich
volunteered?
people, though.
Yeah, so
That's so fun.
we were allowed to have like a class period that was for like service
Mhm.
within the school. So I did it in the library for one semester and in the kitchen for another. Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah. So it's not ew.
It's not ew. It's just food.
Yeah. You're gonna eat it.
You're gonna eat it. Like what? That's not gross.
And it's cool food.
It's like musical food.
Yeah, it's cute.
So then like Tess leaves, Brown leaves, and so it's Mitchie and Caitlin. And Caitlin turns to Mitchie and goes, Thanks a lot.
Mitchie did nothing.
Mitchie did nothing wrong. Like,
She didn't speak up.
she could have.
She couldn't have. Brown was being Brown.
Brown shut her down.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
I think Caitlin's just mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she has a right to be mad.
But
But, like,
not at Mitchie.
Not at Mitchie, really.
Mitchie has done so much wrong in this movie, and she's only getting yelled at this moment for something that she didn't do.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
nobody knows she's a big fat liar yet. That's at Mitchie carrying like a big box of tortilla chips, right? And you can tell it's tortilla chips because it says it on the box.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And also, it's empty. It is
you can
very
tell,
light.
You can tell it's so empty. Although, I mean, tortilla chips aren't heavy, but like it's definitely an empty box. And she runs into Shane, and he's like, "Oh, hey, I want to run something by you." Keep in mind, he's had one conversation with this girl.
Yes.
2, but he doesn't know about the first.
He doesn't know about the first one. That we're pretty sure he didn't know that was Mitchie with the flower.
It breaks.
right?
Well, he would know she works in the kitchen then.
Yeah.
Which, how does he not know that's the same person? She sounds the same.
Probably hasn't thought about that girl again.
Yeah. And
The
then
girl with the flower, that was weird. Let's take that out of my memory.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, so then they sit by the pier, and he sings, "Gotta find you."
Gotta-
You're the voice I hear inside my head.
the
reason that I'm singing, I need to find you.
It is weird hearing this song without it being the mashup version at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is like a full song. It's a pretty good song. I
Yes.
like it.
I'm
and
obsessed.
it is so romantic.
It's so good. I'm sorry, like the way like they're looking into each other's eyes.
Wait, he's just serenading her on this beautiful pier, and it's so romantic, and she is selling it.
There is
that
a
she's in
similar
love.
scene to this in Camp Rock 2 that is done so much worse.
Yeah.
We're talking.
People find us on it, and we'll talk about it in Camp Rock too.
Yeah, if you want to hear us roast
Nick Jonas.
Nick
Listen.
Jonas, we'll get there.
We'll get
If you like Camp Rock too, I'm sorry.
this is not the podcast. For
Hey,
you.
we paid Camp Rock 2. There's a
it's
lot of
also
movies we
cringy.
think is worse
Both movies are so cringy and have so many like memeable moments. It's great.
and are slightly boring in between them.
Yeah. Okay. So he sings his beautiful song. And so after the song, he's like, I heard this girl singing. I heard this girl playing the kazoo. And it reminded me of the sound I liked. And he's like, I don't know though. And Mitchie's like, no, it was really good. And I don't lie. She says it so matter of factly. That is a lie, Mitchie.
And it's
You
we're
fucking
supposed to
lied.
take that like truthfully, I feel.
She's lying to him like right now.
Yeah.
About like her whole life. She's lying to everybody about her whole life.
Yeah.
How do you so boldly say I don't lie when you lie every day at this camp, Mitchie?
I'm like, you just keep lying, actually.
I don't lie. Fuck off, Mitchie.
Yeah, that was literally what made me start writing notes on this movie because I was like, fuck that.
Fuck you, girl. Oh, and then I forgot who says that. I said, "Why are you looking at me like that?" I think it was Mitchie said, "Why are you looking at me like that?"
Yeah, and then he's like, I don't know, you just look different.
Yeah,
Good different.
good different.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely different. Like, whatever. It's flirty. It's cute.
Yeah.
And then Mitchie leaves, and she's like, I gotta go. And he's like, to the kitchen, and she goes, what?
And she's so obvious. What? Like,
Huh? I'm definitely not the chef's daughter.
And then he goes to get some dip for these chips, and she's like, "Oh," yep. And then she does a very audible like sigh of relief, and
he doesn't react.
He doesn't
But like
catch on.
it's very clear she's went, oh man, that was close. Whoa.
Oh. So then in the kitchen, Mitchie's in a really great mood, which I would be in such a good mood too if like a cute boy serenaded me like that. Like,
also a celebrity.
Yeah, a celebrity. Like sang a brand new song about, I mean, not about me, but he said a different girl, but like still he sang it for me because he
sang it to me.
To me in a beautiful setting. Like, oh my God. Which, yeah, Shane, let's just talk about like Shane's perspective right now. He like heard a girl play the kazoo and was like so inspired by her, but also meets Mitchie and is like, I really like you too.
So he's in a love triangle right now between the same girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he just doesn't know.
Yeah.
It's
which
crazy.
is, it's iconic.
Yeah. But he's like,
I mean, it's just Cinderella.
It's kind of fun though that he's like right now in the movie because he hasn't like really begun his search yet.
Yeah.
He's just like, I like that girl singing, like she inspired me, but also like I don't need to pursue her. Pursue this other girl I like.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, he doesn't have to romantically attach himself to a voice.
Which is good that
Yeah.
he doesn't do that. He doesn't really do it at all. He just kind of wants to know who it is.
Yeah. And everybody else
Because
makes it a big deal.
he likes her voice and wants her in the music industry.
And likes her song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wants to buy it off her.
Probably, yeah. Well, he writes a song with the same like chord progressions and
to fit with it. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, anyway. So like Mitchie's in the other room and Caitlin shows up and Connie's like, oh yeah, my daughter's here, whatever. And then she leaves. And then Mitchie comes out and she has a giant bag of tortilla chips and she like hides her face behind it. And Caitlin's like, oh, hi, you must be Connie's daughter. I'm Caitlin, like whatever.
And yeah,
Mitchie tries to run.
Mitchie's just trying so hard to hide and not give away her secret.
Honestly, I think what she should have done is just slowly back away.
Yeah.
That might have worked
That's how it worked. Instead, she takes off running
without being able to see anything.
and trips on a mop bucket and gets covered in wet chips.
Yep.
And it's so gross.
It's bad.
This one is undeniably the goop.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But it's not even goopy. It's just wet tortilla chips and it's so gross.
yeah, she
Yeah.
doesn't look good.
Ugh, I don't want wet tortilla chips. Okay, so then she's on the ground and Caitlin like figures it out, right? Immediately. She goes, wait, you're the cook's daughter. She's your mom. Oh, this is rich. But apparently you're not.
Yeah, savage.
This is what we're talking about. Caitlyn just absolutely not being a nice
Being
person.
So like she has to be so quippy all the time.
See, I love that about her. There's a line later that I love.
And then she's like, go, run, tell everyone. And Caitlin's like, I will, I just want the facts first. How long did you think you could keep this up? And she's like, I don't know. And Caitlin's like, your whole charade is stupid and immature. You're hiding behind this big lie. And Mitchie gets up. Now Mitchie's pissed. And she's like, what about you, though, huh? What about you? The whole I don't care about anything attitude. Well, if you don't care, why are you here? And
It's not a very good
nah.
argument.
No, it's really not equivalent.
And then Connie comes in, so we don't get to hear the resolution of that.
Which wouldn't,
Yeah.
yeah.
So Connie comes in and she goes, what happened to you?
This is the line. I love this.
Caitlin kind of mumbles to herself. She got drowned in her lies.
Connie's like, what?
What, Caitlin? And Caitlin's like,
Never
"Nothing."
mind.
Drowned in her lies.
My
It's
God.
I love Caitlin.
Oh, I love it though.
Oh my God. Okay, cut to the dining hall. Tess is like looking at a magazine and she's like, yep, I'm Shane's type. It says so in the magazine.
Split.
And Ella's like, Ella turns to Mitchie. It's like, let's come see you in China. And Mitchie lies some more, and Caitlin's kind of there, like.
It's just reiterating that she is still actively lying to everyone, no matter what.
Caitlin's like, I know something you don't. I know something you will never know. You don't know that one?
I do know that one.
Oh, that's a good one.
I don't know what it's from, but I've heard it.
Yeah, that's on TikTok. And then Tessa's like, girls, tonight we're gonna wear white shorts and green hoodies since green is Shane's favorite color.
I saw it in the magazine.
This is how Tess always talks.
This is how Tess talks.
So now we're at the next jam, which is apparently Pajama Jam,
It is Pajama Jam.
which is just a good.
That
I
is a
like
good
it.
name.
That's a good.
That's probably the only one of these that actually is
Makes
improved
sense,
by
yeah.
adding the word jam.
Yeah, Pajama Jam.
Yeah, I mean,
It's fun to say.
I want to go to a pajama jam.
Pajama Jam's fun.
Which is it's just in like a small room.
Yeah, because they only have like 15 people at this camp.
Just leaving. Everyone's like, this camp fucking sucks.
They only have 2 teachers.
Jam, they have like 2 acts, then 1 add-on, and then 1 add-on.
Yeah.
Yeah, they literally gonna have like 2 acts because they only have like 5 people at this camp.
I think there's 3 acts at Final Champ.
We'll talk about it. We'll get there.
Talk about
We'll
it.
get there.
Okay, so it's Pajama Jam, and things are awkward between Mitchie and Caitlin. And Tess comes in and is wearing a different outfit. It's green, but it's not white shorts and green hoodie. And they're like, "What the hell, Tess? I thought we were gonna wear white shorts and green hoodies." And she's like, "The backup dancers have to match, not the lead singer." Okay, so then Pajama Jam starts, and Caitlin goes up. This is when she does her little dance moves, her little arm waves. She goes
And a little back to the
Little
keyboard.
wavy arms, little fun stuff. If you have not seen this clip, this is
You
worth the
need
look
to.
up.
It's so good. And Mitchie goes, "She's really good."
She's
just-
really good.
It is not good. Can we be clear about that?
This is one of those times where the audio just doesn't fit.
So good.
It does not sound good.
It's not a good song. Like,
And they
Caitlin-
show people like groove into it.
Shane is grooving. Everyone's like, she's really good. Like, Caitlin, it's not good.
Yeah, so this is the infamous.
Yeah,
she's really good.
And then Tess sees that everybody's into it and goes, "Oh, there's a snake."
What a bitch.
And the performance stops, and then they go, "Tess, it's just the power cord. Everything's fine." And Tess is like, "Oopsie poopsie." And then Caitlin's fucking done with it, right? She starts yelling at Tess for being a bitch. And she's like, "What the hell, Tess?" And then Tess,
God.
she does the W to the side,
The
E,
E.
and then the M on her forehead.
Whatever major loser.
And then
Yeah.
does it.
By
What?
spelling those
What?
initials and on her forehead.
This was really cool.
That became iconic in my middle school.
That was a thing.
So this movie came out right around the time I went to middle school, and actually in my middle school choir class, my teacher played Camp Rock for us to watch. Because honestly, she played a lot of movies. And I'm like, when are we gonna do choir?
When are we gonna play the kazoo?
When are we gonna do? Okay. So she does whatever major loser, and
She doesn't say anything. She just
she just does it, and then
does it.
Ella has to explain.
Yeah, it's
What is-
very cringe.
It's so bad. And then Mitchie goes, "Wow, Tess, whatever major loser? Like, that was so last year. Like, everyone knows that." Well, I guess not everyone.
Oh,
And everyone goes, "Ooh!" Like, Tess really just
got served.
Yeah, Tess got served. And Caitlin's kind of impressed, which I'm so shocked that Mitchie does this when she's still trying to be friends with Tess right now.
Yeah.
Would this not get her kicked out of the group immediately? Apparently it didn't.
I think she's kind of realizing after the food fight and stuff that this ain't it.
She's starting to realize that Caitlin's actually her friend, but she did this to Tess while still being in her group. It's
Yeah.
kind of weird. Whatever. So, cut to Caitlin and Mitchie blowing up some balloons, which is weird that they're blowing them up with their mouths.
But then they're floating in the air.
they're floating because there's helium somewhere.
I don't
I
know.
don't know. And then Connie comes and shows off her CD cookies and her eighth note cupcake.
Does this look like a record? I'm sorry, a CD.
And now CD is outdated.
Yeah.
Nobody uses CDs anymore.
More people use records.
Yeah, honestly, records have come back.
Does this look like a Spotify tag?
BenG and I had this whole conversation because Connie goes, "Oh, these theme nights are so fun." Theme night? What's the theme? Music? Theme of the fucking camp.
It's really kind of dumb.
Yeah.
These theme nights are so hard to prepare, but they're so popular. That's the part I want to go. She goes these theme nights are so popular.
They're so popular.
It's a camp.
Where?
Everyone's going to the cafeteria.
Everyone has to go for dinner because they have nothing else to eat. They're in the woods.
What are they gonna go catch
God.
their own fish?
You said oh yeah, the theme the other night was tacos.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the other
tacos.
theme.
Tacos, and tonight it's music. It's not music every fucking day.
God.
Those are two very fun themes.
What the hell's going on at this camp?
Well, they hired her very last minute, so
And yeah, she didn't have time to prepare actual themes, I guess. Okay. So they're like, Mitchie's like, hey, Caitlin, you signed up for Final Jam? And Caitlin's like, yep. And then she's like, I don't get it. Like, why are we talking? Are we friends now? And then they like pop balloons and they're like having fun. And then Caitlin thanks Mitchie for standing up to her to Tess. And Mitchie's like, I always stand up for my friends. You didn't earlier.
Yeah.
do you? Or is this another one of your not lies?
I don't lie.
Do you stand up for your friends? I thought you didn't have friends.
Yeah.
Oh.
You always stand up for your one friend back home.
Who aces Mandarin?
Yeah, that's all we know about her. And she's Mitchie's friend.
Yep.
Okay. So then Caitlin, this is when she confesses that she used to be friends with Tess.
Yeah.
And it was awful, and Tess just hates competition. And so Caitlin's like, why are you doing this? Like, why are you selling your soul to just like sing backup?
Yeah.
Like it's
Like, it
lame.
sucks.
It sucks. And then Mitchie leaves to go practice with Tess for
Because
Final
still.
Jam. But she's still in their group. Like, you know? Okay. So then Shane gets a call from the other Jonas brothers. I'm sorry, the Gray brothers. And because they're also in this movie, you know? They leave
Yeah.
a lot, but then they come back and then they leave and yep. So there's more birdhouse talk. And Shane's like, oh, also like, so about like the Final Jam winner getting to record with us, because at first he was mad about it, but he's like, no, I think it's really cool now. And remember, whoever wins wins, no takey backs. And he like hangs up, and then he's like, sick. Now just to find the girl with the kazoo.
Yeah.
So his plan, he doesn't say this out loud, which again, this is like the first time I'm catching this because I actually paid more attention this
Yeah.
time. He says like, okay, whoever wins wins, no take backs. I'm gonna make the girl with the kazoo win no matter what, even if she sucks at Final Jam, because I want to talk to her and I want to make music with her.
Right.
And the label can't say no
right.
because the winner's
This was
the
the
winner.
agreement, yeah.
So he's like,
It's honestly a pretty good scheme.
it's a good scheme. So he's like, I want to find this girl with the kazoo. I want to record music with her. This is my avenue to do that.
Right.
So then he goes to drummer dude, and he's like, hey dude, can you help me with something? And then he whispers in his ear.
Help me find the girl with the kazoo.
Yeah, he's like, why is he whispering? And then drummer guy goes and whispers, and it's like a whole chain event of everyone whispering, and everybody is holding a random instrument in their hand.
Every single person has a different instrument, and also everyone has an instrument.
Yeah.
Which is funny because pretty much the majority of the characters that we have seen
Don't play
don't play instruments.
It's
They
like-
either dance or they sing.
Yeah, but there's tons of like band people here.
Yeah.
And so like drummer dude goes and tells person with a trumpet, and trumpet goes and tells flute, and flute goes and tells trombone, and trombone goes and tells tambourine. Someone's just sitting by a tree with a tambourine. Like, what are you doing?
You know, it's a vibe.
They're just like, I'm here at Camp Rock. I don't play an instrument. I'm gonna grab a tambourine and live my best life and sit by a tree and hear the secret. Everyone gets to hear the secret that Shane Gray is looking for this mystery girl. So then we get a montage of everybody singing "Start the Party." I don't know why
It's not good.
why everybody agreed that this is the song we need to sing. Do you think that was part of the whisper of like Shane's looking for a girl? If you're the girl, sing "Start the Party" to his face, and then he'll know it's you.
I think it's just, hey, Shane Gray's looking for the girl with the voice. Sing at him when you have the chance.
And everyone decided "Start the Party" was it.
Yeah, that's his most recent song, I guess.
Yeah.
That song's not sung by the Jonas Brothers.
That's true. I was gonna say that's like
But
it's a different-
canonically, it feels like it is.
I know, but it's not.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. Okay, and then like we see Caitlin and Mitchie. They're like just friends now.
yeah, they're
Mitchie-
hanging out.
Yeah. And Caitlin's like, you gonna sing for him? And Mitchie goes, oh, it's not me. Trust.
Yeah, she says trust.
It's not me. Trust.
He's
Why is
never
she
heard
so-
me sing. Like,
Assuming that it isn't her.
Because he's never heard her sing.
Yeah, not publicly, but if he knew publicly who it was, he wouldn't be doing this
You know, she's
competition.
kind of selfish.
Yeah.
Like, she should realize it could be her.
Yeah, guess
She-
not.
I mean, is that the only time she's sang?
That's probably the only time she's sang besides in class.
Don't you
so-
know you randomly played
It
the
could have been in
kazoo?
class, though.
You randomly played the kazoo in a room by yourself. Don't you remember that? It was like day one. Come on. Okay.
That wasn't the same song. But that's also not what he's using to find her, so.
So we got to Shane, like, he's singing part of Play My Music because he's kind of like writing the song by a canoe. And then Mitchie comes up behind him and is like, is your music better over here? He's flirting.
It's very flirty.
And then he's like, why don't you get in one of these things with me and we
And
can find out? So they go in the canoe and they like paddle in a circle. And they're like, we're not doing this right.
Yeah. We're not very far from shore.
They are
either.
pretty cute in this scene, in
Yeah,
my
they're cute.
opinion. This is, I
Um,
think, the best dialogue of the movie.
Yeah. So Mitchie's like, have you found your girl yet? And he's like, are you jealous? And he's like, jerk.
Yeah.
And then Shane opens up about like, oh, people always just want to hang out with me because I'm famous. And and Tess is like watching them, right?
Yeah.
She can't really hear what's going
No,
on.
but she can tell that they're like laughing and flirting. And then Shane's like, oh, well, it must be the same for you, right? Since you're like,
Yeah.
And famous, kind of.
yeah. And Mitchie's like, oh, yeah, totally. And Shane's like, it's nice talking to someone who gets it, like, finally.
But she doesn't lie.
Yeah, I don't lie. Haha. Okay, next scene. So Tess sees Caitlin and Mitchie leaving the kitchen, and Mitchie says multiple times, like, thanks, Mom, bye, Mom. So Tess knows now that her mom is the cook.
Yeah.
It feels like forced dialogue in here.
It is,
Because
yeah.
they need her
Bye,
to say
Mom.
mom, but it does not feel naturally written. Where
Love
she
you,
says
Mom.
mom like 5 times. I don't think he
Yeah.
actually does, but it feels
What-
like it.
What is Tess doing over there? She just,
She's
hiding.
snooping.
she just spies, and she needs to get dirt.
Yeah, she does. She has mommy issues.
Yeah.
She does, yeah. Okay, so now we're at another jam. It's Beach Jam.
We only know this one's Beach Jam because it says on the stage Beach Jam.
Everything's a jam, and then there's Final Jam.
Yeah.
Yeah, Beach Jam. I think so. In order to call it Final Jam, you need to have other jams.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's why like everything's a jam right now.
It's gotta be the final jam.
Yeah.
There's a jam after the final jam.
Yeah.
And like the jam session.
Yeah, the jam session after the Final Jam. It's officially the end of Final Jam.
The end of it. We'll get this.
So Brown comes out on stage and someone in the crowd yells, "We love you!"
It's very funny. It's very silly.
This
First time I've ever heard it. I've seen so many things that I've never caught before, but it's like because he's the cool guy. We love you, Brown. Okay. So then Brown announces that Shane Gray is gonna be singing a song, and he's like, the other members of Connect 3 are also here. So they come out and they're playing a brand new song, and they start playing music. Turn on that radio as loud as it can go.
Yeah.
Good song.
Here's the
Good.
thing.
It's catchy.
It is.
Good song.
I forgot about that song until partway through. I'm like,
See?
if one of you said that, I would have agreed. Here's my opinion on this song. It is an average Jonas Brothers song, and I like Jonas Brothers above average.
Yeah.
Therefore, it's an above average song.
Yeah.
Jonas
is
Brothers
not-
are good.
It's not a special song in any way,
but it's fun.
but it's fine, and it's like good.
Yeah.
Generically, all right, pretty good.
In my soul, I can hear it every day and every night. It's the one thing on my mind. And like Kevin does that cool spin move
Yeah.
with his guitar. And Nick gets the little pre-chorus that head clapping, hip shaking, heart breaking. Yeah.
By
it's
the
so
way,
good.
if you want more of Kelsey's opinions on the camp rock music, she has a whole YouTube video on her channel about this.
ranked all the Camp Rock songs. That's one of the 2 videos I have on my YouTube channel because I fell behind. I did Camp Rock and I did Lemonade Mouth. So if you want to see my Camp Rock opinions from both movies, check out my YouTube channel, Cat Duck. Thank you.
More YouTube videos than I have.
How many do you have? 1?
No.
None? sick. I have two.
I've got both of you beat. I have a fair amount.
You Twitch stream.
Well, yeah, but I have videos on top of like,
Oh yeah, you did. You know, you edited videos from your stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which accounts.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it is a video. It definitely is. Okay, so then after the song, the three bros are talking, and Nate is like, we have to, like, the label.
We just
has
call
to-
them their Jonas Brothers names, at
No.
least for Nick and Kevin.
Fine, Nick. It's like, the label has to let us play this song, and they're like, I don't know, the label's
just-
pretty
You
lame.
just gotta let us play our music.
Yeah, literally.
What the heck?
It's a message.
And they're like, come on, we have to go talk to the label. And Shane's like, I can't leave camp yet.
Also, Kevin's like, birdhouse.
Yes.
Oh, he does not.
Yeah, and Shane's like, I can't leave. I have stuff to do here. And they're like, all right, man, see you later. So Nick and Kevin leave just to come back later. Like, I don't know. They have to leave, though, because they're not characters at the camp. They can't be here until the next movie.
They can't pay them that much.
They were not written in the script. They had to just shoehorn in some scenes.
They
for
do
them to
feel shoehorned,
Yeah.
but it's like fine.
It's like, you gotta have the Jonas Brothers.
It's better that they're in it than they're not.
It's funny though because every like poster that you see for this movie has the three Jonas Brothers and Demi Lovato, even though two of the Jonas Brothers are barely in the movie.
Can we also talk about how decorated their rooms are when they get to camp? Like they're plastered with like.
Well, it's a rich person camp.
That's true.
It's rich person camp, yeah. Okay. So cut to Mitchie and Caitlin like in the crowd at the beach jam, like after the song, everyone's just kind of chilling and talking. And Shane's like about to go up to Mitchie, right? But then Tess goes, hey Mitchie, tell us about your mom again. How she's like so awesome. And Caitlin tries to diffuse and she goes, oh, Mitchie's mom is a great person. What's your mom like?
It's really awkward.
Yeah, which like Caitlin, you've never met her mom in this scenario, in this hypothetical scenario because of the lie, right? So how do you know she's a great person? She might suck.
Yeah.
That's your problem with this
Well, yeah, because Caitlin's a liar. No, she's trying to like diffuse.
cover.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's trying to cover. And Tess is like, she's the president of Hot Tunes TV China, right? And Mitchie's like, yeah, she's pretty cool. But then like Tess is like, oh, she's president, right? And Mitchie's like, no, she's not. Literally, all it took for Mitchie to crack was for Tess to just like loudly talk at her and go, tell us about your mom, Mitchie.
She could have just kept up the lie.
She didn't even really try to keep up the lie. She just immediately cracks under the pressure and
Sound like-
confesses everything.
She wanted to stop lying, though, is the thing.
We haven't heard that from her.
True.
We heard it from Caitlin a little bit, like, why are you living a lie? When she has so much to lose.
She has
Which-
a lot to lose.
Which is why I do think, like, because she's hanging out with Caitlin more, she's like, no, I'm going to own up to it.
One, she lied to Shane and she feels bad about it.
Yeah.
But, you know, whatever. So Tess is like, what? She's not? She's a cook for Hot Tunes TV China, right? And then she's like, no, she's a cook here. And Tess is like, that's right. She cooks our food. As if it's like the worst thing.
Yeah.
It's not like she picks up their shit. Like,
Yeah.
Even then, that, like, is still a job.
she cooks the food.
It's
Like,
so stupid that this
Yeah,
entire
it's
social
good.
class is determined on your marketability of your parents' career.
since when are
Yeah.
caterers like low class citizens? They're not.
Right?
Like, what?
No, again, this plot doesn't make sense.
If I went to a camp and my mom was the cook, I would like tell people like that's really cool. Like, oh yeah, no, my mom's the caterer. Isn't that cool? Isn't the food good?
Yeah.
Like, it's fun, but whatever.
Only she lied about her dad.
She should have lied about her dad. Yeah,
It
honestly.
would have been a lot less trouble.
But she didn't think to lie about her dad because they said, "Oh, is your
Yep.
dad this guy?" And she goes, "Oh
Yeah.
no," because she didn't think about it. But then she's like, "Fuck, well, my mom." Yeah, which is so bold to do when your mom works at the camp. Like,
yeah. It was her only option.
Yeah. Okay. So then Caitlin at one point goes, Tess. And Tess goes, shut up.
It's so aggressive.
Pretty funny.
It's really funny.
Tess.
They don't even
Shut
cut
up.
to Tess's face saying shut up. It's just shut
No.
up.
Good. Okay. So Tess just really presses into Mitchie, like, you lied. And Caitlin goes, you're a real jerk. And Tess goes, maybe, but at least I'm not a big fat liar.
Jerk is worse than liar.
Yeah.
Mean jerks are the worst.
Yes.
We're mean jerks.
That's what High School Musical. We'll get there. Wait till we cover High School Musical. Okay. So they're like, I think it's like Peggy or Ella go like, Mitchie, like what? And Tess goes, Mitchie has dishes to do. Let's go. And then they leave.
Yeah.
And then she
like-
turns around and Shane is right there.
But she like turns around, her head is down, and is like, Shane! Like she knows it's him already.
It's so dramatic.
It's a soap opera.
It is.
This whole drama part is just soap opera.
So good. And Shane's like, you're such a liar. I thought you were different. Tricks on me, huh?
Aw.
Like, now you can go to the magazine. I'm sure I gave you so many good details.
Yeah.
And Mitchie's like, it wasn't like, and she's crying. And
Yeah.
This is. Oh, I feel like this is a very DCOM plot.
Yes.
Yeah, oh my
Again,
God, yeah.
Like, there's only 3 DCOM plots, but like this is definitely one of them.
All right, so cut to Shane on his guitar, and you see like Tess kind of
Yes! Around the corner.
she's like snooping up in the background, but then Brown comes out and she
She
like
like
runs.
backs up.
It's very silly, and I feel like they should have brought more attention to it, but they don't, and it's very funny.
It's
like in the kind of semi-blurry
Yeah.
background.
like they never zoom in on her at all.
No.
You really could totally miss that she's there.
If you're just like laser focused on the scene, you don't see her.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it is like kind of a weird wide shot.
Yeah.
If you aren't looking at it, like that should give you the clue of like I shouldn't just be looking at him right now because otherwise that's a weird angle. But yeah. Okay. Brown comes out and he's like, "What happened last night?" And he's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Well, I could tell you were like destroyed. Like,
Yeah.
it's so sad." And Shane's like, "Whatever. I'm just like I'm gonna focus on my music."
I don't need a girl anyway, right?
The only girl I need is the girl with the kazoo.
Yeah, because Brown's like, you still looking for that girl? And he's like, I have her song in my head. This is me. This
You're singing. You're losing the joke. Kelsey, we're buying in. We're doing the joke for you. You have to commit.
He grabs his kazoo.
Yeah. And says, "This is real. This is me."
It's been in my head all day. And he's like, oh, it's just in my head. And Tess hears him playing the kazoo and goes, I know that kazoo. I know that kazoo melody. And so she goes back to the cabin and she steals the lyric book. I mean, the kazoo book. And she says,
It's still in that cabin for whatever
she looks
reason.
at the notes and goes, yeah, that's the same melody, all right.
Yeah.
I can tell by the musical notes on the paper that it's the same kazoo.
I can read notes.
So when I first watched this movie, at this part, I was like, Tess, are you gonna steal her song?
Oh, that's what it completely feels like she's gonna do that.
Yeah.
And I'm not fully convinced why she doesn't.
In the movie, another Cinderella story starring Selena Gomez and Drew Seeley. In that movie, like instead of her shoe, it's her like MP3 player.
Yeah.
And the way like Drew Seeley, who's the Prince character, says like, prove to me that you're the girl I dance with. Tell me your top 3 songs on the MP3 player that you dropped. Her evil stepsisters find the MP3 player and then tell him the top 3 songs saying, I'm the girl. Right? Why didn't Camp Rock do this where Tess goes, I'm the girl you're looking for, and sings that song and goes, I have proof. Here's my lyric book.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. She has so much. I guess, okay, there is one piece of evidence against this. And this is, I only came up with this now. I'm fully with you. I still think it makes the most sense for her to sing it, and then she finds her come up as in some other way.
Yeah.
But Peggy and Ella also were there when she sang it for the first time.
That's true.
And
Mitchie's mom is there.
She should just like banish Peggy and Ella from the camp with her money and sing the song and say, I'm the girl. And then, what, you gonna believe Mitchie's the girl, the big fat liar?
Yeah.
The girl
I think
who's been
they
lying
did
about everything.
Like, I honestly am like, why didn't they do that?
It feels so much like that's what the plot's gonna be. And then it's not for whatever.
No,
The
she
only
goes
thing
a
is she's like,
different
oh,
route.
she's competition.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Yeah.
So
It's dumb.
instead of doing that, she decides, I'm just gonna stop her from singing at all so that he never knows it's her.
Yeah.
So she looks at her bracelet and she goes, Mitchie, you are so not seeing Final Jam.
That's all we get for now.
Yeah, then we get like the montage, right?
Not yet.
not
There's some other stuff first.
Yeah. So we're back at hip hop dance class.
Yeah. I'm
Oh,
yeah.
yep. The soap opera.
This
It's
is
back.
I've got a line I'm calling out here.
Okay. So Mitchie walks in and Tess goes, what a joke.
God, I hate Tess so much.
She's such a bitch. And not even Caitlin is
No,
hanging out with
Caitlin
her.
doesn't even talk to her.
Mitchie goes and sits alone in the corner.
Yeah, and she's like crying. Very relatable.
And then Shane walks in. He's like, hey guys, everybody have a seat. So here's some advice for Final Jam. It's not all about your image. None of it means anything if no one sees you for who you really are.
Yeah.
Your music has to be the real you. And he's looking right at Bitchy.
Yeah.
Like
Your music has to be who you really are, or else it doesn't mean anything. And he's
Your
staring
music-
right at Bitchy.
Your music has to say, this is me.
Okay,
it's me.
yeah, so literally I was like, this is a great segue for her song.
I mean, it's written explicitly
and he
for that.
knows about the song.
Yeah.
He's like, your music has to say, this is real, this is me, or it's not a good song.
Yeah.
I gotta find you, girl.
Yeah.
And he's giving this speech, like, specifically
To her.
like, diss Mitchie. You know he practiced in the mirror.
Everybody else in that room knows what's going on.
Mhm.
And everyone's going, shit.
Alice is like, wow, he just committed a murder.
Like, Shay, you know he's really proud of that.
yeah.
Okay, so then cut to the mom asking Mitchie why she lied. I referenced this part of the movie before. This is when she's like, I just wanted things to be different. I only have one friend at home. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
And the mom's like, well, you shouldn't lie. Like, you're great the way you are, and your music's great, and people want to hear you, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Generic, DCOM, parent stuff. Cool. Cut to the dining hall. Mitchie goes to Caitlin's table, and she's like, can I sit here? And they're like, yeah. And Lola's there. Guys, remember Lola? She had a whole ass fucking song.
It was just like an hour ago, so you probably don't remember.
I don't remember. Because she's literally not a character. So they're like being nice to Mitchie.
Yeah.
Like Mitchie found her true friends, right? And then Tess like fake laughs behind them.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, I guarantee that wasn't actually funny.
It's definitely not that funny.
Yeah. And then Tess walks by the table and goes, hey, Mitchie, the chicken was really dry. You should tell your mom. And
Oh, do you get it? Your mom's the cook.
yeah, which is just the worst profession in the world, I guess.
Yeah.
And Mitchie goes, Tess, stop talking to me like that. Like, I may not be rich, but I'm a better person than someone who brings other people down to make herself feel better.
Yeah. Yes, Queen Slay.
Yeah.
It's one of these movies where someone is doing some like bad faith acts, because what Mitchie is lying about is genuinely not a good thing. But then there's an eviler character, so the character can have their comeuppance by just being like, you're evil.
Yeah. Like, Mitchie lied, but she was never mean to people. So there's that. Like,
Yeah.
Tess is mean to people. And Tess goes, if it's not obvious, you're so out of the group. And then Caitlin goes, I guess we'll make our own group. So now we get the montage.
Yeah.
Of like, it's like there's a countdown of the final
days
jam.
to Final Jam.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like a
They
week.
play an instrumental of the final song in the movie.
People are dancing, and Caitlin and Mitchie like try on scarves on like
On the beach.
it's like a hill. Like, why the fuck do they have this box of scarves?
Just
out?
bringing back the first song.
This montage is so weird. Like, they're in random places. Like, they're on the pier with the laptop. They're on, like, a hill with scarves. They're on the beach with something else. Like,
yeah, it's
what?
so weird. Okay, so we have that montage. Woohoo! Oh, we also see like Tess rehearsing with the girls, and she's yelling at them. Like, yeah, okay. So now, Caitlin and Mitchie are working in the kitchen, and Tess barges in with Brown. She's like, "It has to be in here, or whatever." And Caitlin's like, "Oh, she's officially lost it." And Tess goes, "I didn't lose it. You stole it."
Yeah, you stole it.
Terrible.
Okay.
Terrible.
It is. And this part, and then Connie goes, like, no, this got to be some kind of mistake. And then this line pissed me off. She goes, like, what? I snuck into the kitchen and Brown chimes in and cuts her off.
Yeah, because this is what Brown does. He doesn't care what other people say, despite how incriminating it is.
She was going to incriminate herself.
She was confessing.
I'm like, Brown, she was literally saying that she snuck into the kitchen and hid it. And
Yeah.
Brown needs to shut the fuck up. Like,
Brown-
This is such a dumb plot, and the fact that it works for Tess is even dumber.
Yeah. So Tess is accusing them of stealing her charm bracelet, and they're like, "We didn't do it. Go ahead and look around." So he looks around and immediately finds it, like, in the cookbooks. If they were trying to hide a charm bracelet, they did a shit job.
Another
It
reason
should be
why this
so-
shouldn't work.
It should be so obvious that it was Tess. Like, oh my god.
yeah.
And
It was literally sticking out.
And Tess is like, yeah, she stole it. Like, she's been lying to everyone this whole time. So, like, she uses that in her favor
Yeah.
to incriminate Mitchie. So Brown is like, rules are rules. My hands are tied. You're banned from all camp activities until the end of Final Jam.
Yeah.
And it's very explicitly said like that, but also they're setting up a loophole, which is stupid.
Yeah,
Brown
we'll get there.
specifically, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we cut to Brown putting up the list for Final Jam. So I guess not everybody gets to be in Final Jam.
Which is weird because there's like only 10 people at this camp.
You think
They think they could all be in there.
I think they could fit more than like 2 people.
No, they're
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
I believe there were set up to be two acts.
And then we'll talk about it, but like we're pretty sure there were 2 acts and then an add-on.
But the list definitely had more people.
And
Everybody
add
had to go home. And
Yeah.
camp keeps getting smaller and smaller because everyone's like, I can't be here all summer. I got shit to do.
Yeah.
Okay. So, not everyone gets in, I guess. I don't know. The list is up. And Mitchie and Caitlin are sad because obviously they're not on the list. So
Nope.
they're banned from Final Jam. Cool.
Until the end of Final Jam.
And then we get the Joe Bros coming back. The Connect 3 is back together, even though for the movie it's been like 5 minutes
Yeah.
probably since they were together, but they're acting like it's been so long, and they hug, and he's like, "Where's my birdhouse?" Probably in
Probably.
We don't really care
still
about the Jonas
would.
Brothers at this point.
yeah,
It's just like what's gonna happen at Final Jam.
yeah, okay, and they're gonna like be
Yeah.
there at Final
To
Jam.
explain Final Jam a little bit, like they're just all gonna go up, perform an original song and dance and like little fun thing, and then the Jonas Brothers will go deliberate and decide who wins and gets to sing with them.
Yeah, they get
It's
to like record
basically
with them.
Eurovision, honestly. It's all original songs, it's singing and dancing, and it's a jury deciding like who's gonna win.
Yeah, it's Eurovision.
Yeah. So we're at the end of this. Once we hear about all the contestants, we're going to rank them. I hope you guys are okay with doing that.
Sure.
So I'm going to be grading based off of that. I'm looking for a show. I'm looking for good music. I'm looking for a good time, and I'm looking for a good watch.
And who would make a good combo with Connect 3, or you not?
I don't care about that.
Fine.
I'm a neutral jury.
Fine. Okay. So now we see Caitlin and Mitchie like complaining on the dock. They're like, "Oh, it's so unfair. We don't get to do Final Jam." And like Brown was like so mean, and he kept saying till the end of Final Jam. And Caitlin goes, "I know, I was there."
I hate when people say that.
I know.
Well, this is Caitlin's whole
But-
character.
I know, but that's like a thing I just really don't like.
I know. I was there. Jesus. Okay, and then Mitchie gets like the biggest fucking smile on her face and pulls
creepy
Caitlin
one.
away. And it's because she figured out what Brown was trying to hint to them, that basically they can perform at the end when he says, now it's the end of Final Jam.
Which is really dumb that Mitchie figures this out.
Mitchie's never been here before.
Like,
Yeah.
Caitlin's been here before. She could have figured it out and it would have made sense. But Mitchie figuring it out
Doesn't make
doesn't.
sense. How did they figure it out? And they don't know that it'll work. They're just hoping it'll work. So, I don't know. Whatever. Final Jam time.
Yeah.
Backstage, Tess is rehearsing with the girls and she yells at them more, and Peggy's just like fucking done with it.
Yeah. She is like so done and
She's
rips
done.
her a new one. And
Yeah.
it's like, I'm fucking gone.
Does a dramatic turn and walk.
Yeah, she like pulls her arm
Yeah,
away.
pulls her arm
Yeah,
away.
it's very dramatic. Yeah. And Ella also leaves and she says, your lip gloss is so not glossy anymore.
Oh my god. It's not glossy anymore.
Jeez,
Yeah.
Louise. Okay, so then Brown is like, this year the Final Jam winner gets a really big trophy and they get to record with Shane Gray. He doesn't say they get to record with Connect 3. He says Shane Gray.
Yeah.
Because this movie was not written to be a 3-person like boy band. It's supposed to just be Shane Gray. But whatever. Shane is a judge with the rest of Connect 3. And our first act is blah 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 and blah blah blah. I don't know their names. And the Hasta La Vista crew.
Yeah.
And they sing Hasta La Vista. So I guess their crew name
Is
oh, maybe that's the backup dancers is the
Yeah.
Hasta La Vista crew. Because they only got pulled together to do this one number.
Yeah.
And then the 2 guys are the actual act.
So yeah, they
And, yeah, and Lola gets in there. Not
Yeah,
Lola.
so they start the
Yeah.
dance, which first off, the trampoline.
I love the mini tramps.
it's very fun. They're jumping on trampolines, doing some dances. Their dancing is pretty good. It's a big group number.
Yeah.
It's a fun visual spectacle. The song, it's pretty
Hasta
mid.
la vista, I'm gonna say goodbye to you.
Yeah, it's
Whatever
good.
happens, I will throw
It-
with you. Won't you give me a number?
Definitely a good dance song.
Promise I won't forget.
There's a lot
you.
of good room for dancing.
Yeah.
But yeah,
They pull Ella.
Oh yeah, this is something that's very annoying.
It's so confusing.
And this happens multiple
Yeah.
times in this final jam where something goes differently than choreographed, but somehow it is completely choreographed perfectly.
Yeah. Like Ella just jumps in and she knows the moves.
She knows the moves, she knows the songs. They have the moments in the song for her to sing.
Sing, sing, sing. Keep doing your thing, thing, thing.
Yeah.
And she does the bridge.
Yeah.
And have space for her on stage to do the choreography.
So
with
this doesn't make sense, but we just have to live with it. But literally every single performance is staged as if it went perfectly as intended,
Yep.
when literally none of them did.
None of them.
My headcanon as a kid was always like, oh, she probably just hangs out with them a lot and would
Yeah.
like jam with them and would kind of do this number, but they're like, you're not going to do the actual performance with us. But then she leaves Tess and they're like, no, you can do the performance. I don't know. It just makes sense.
It doesn't. Well, I'm just gonna ignore it. The songs, the dancing's pretty fun.
Pretty fun.
The trampolines are a good prop. They got a lot of dancers with it. It's a pretty good performance.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they go down on like the catwalk area and they like are doing the little like conga line thing and shaking their butts and it's really cute. It's fun. It's a good
That's
time.
fun.
It's a good number. Okay. Next up is Tess and the It Girls. So this was like her name of her group before her backup.
It Girls is honestly a pretty good
Yeah.
name.
They were the It Girls. But now it's just Tess. And her mom is actually there in the
Yeah.
crowd. TJ Tyler's here. She goes, Mom? Like she actually showed up. Oh my gosh. And Tess is singing 2 Stars. Like that's the name of the song.
It's a song about wishing she could be a star like her mom.
Look at you, look at me. There's never any us. Can't you see how we can become?
The song's pretty
shine like
bad.
the sun if we believe that 2 stars are brighter than one. Come on.
Yeah.
On. Okay. So like my question is, where were the backup girls supposed to go?
This is what I'm talking about. The choreography doesn't make sense in all 4 performances. All of them.
Where would they have been?
They were supposed to be there. And like, remember the little dance they were performing right before she yells at them? They do a little like spin and up, arm.
that.
When would that's not even the vibe of the song.
No.
Did she change her performance because she went solo?
She has the mirrors and
Yeah,
shit.
the mirrors and stuff. Also, good. I like the mirror props.
Mirrors
It's
are
fun.
cute. I
She
do.
goes and like points at herself in the mirror,
Pointing at every single
Yeah.
individual.
and that's
mirror.
fun. But also, the song's trash.
Yeah, I don't
And-
like it.
It's never ending.
It's like just kind of there. There's just these background dancers that again are just adults that
Yeah.
are spinning around and they're just existing.
So then, in the middle of the performance, her mom
God.
gets a call, and she actually fucking takes it.
I literally wrote like
How do you do that
Can you
as a
not
mom?
wait 2 minutes for your daughter to be done?
I'm like, literally, you're here right now. You can't turn your phone off for you barely made it in for her performance.
And it's
to
literally
start.
she's performing this second.
Yeah.
It's shitty. But
Yeah.
also, I don't care about Tess.
So then Tess gets all flustered because she sees her mom.
Uh-huh.
She was like timing out her little come ons to the crowd to look at her mom.
Yeah.
To be like, cute, right? I'm pointing at you, but then she sees her mom's on the phone.
Yeah.
And she gets all flustered. And then she like almost falls
Off the stage. And then I wrote down that, but then her mom has the audacity to look disappointed.
Yeah. Like you just embarrassed yourself, Tess.
She went, oh, like an O face.
And like the music cuts out.
yeah.
and-
Everyone like there's like a huge like the like crowd noise.
Well, it's also she was lip syncing.
Yes. Yes, she
What?
was.
Yeah.
The music's
Literally, a person in the crowd goes, "Was she lip syncing?" She
Really?
was. She was completely lip syncing. She stops singing, and the vocals go on for like a couple beats longer.
Yep, it does.
I never caught that before.
She's lip syncing.
Yeah, she's probably not a good singer. I'm giving you the fire.
Yeah. So
So impressive. Sorry, that's
Camera too. Ooh.
Okay, so then she runs off and cries. And she's
Yeah.
sitting in the corner.
She deserves it. I did not feel bad for her at all.
She has the driest face. Like she is not actually crying.
No.
She wipes away her non-existent.
She can't. She's not an actress who can make herself cry,
No.
which is not necessarily a bad thing. But also, maybe don't make that person a visible crier trying to wipe away tears if they can't do it.
Definitely not there.
Yeah.
Also, after this, we get like the world's weakest redemption arc where everyone acts like she's going to be fine after
Yeah.
this.
They don't like hug her. They don't say, "Okay, Tess, we're best friends now." Tess just kind of apologize and they go like,
Okay.
"Thank you." Like, so that's good. At least.
I like that.
They're not like in the next movie though. They are immediately accepting of her again.
Which is so.
But at least that's a year later. Like, you know.
Yeah, they kind of forgot what happened.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, Brown gets back on stage and he's like, "Well, I guess that's the end."
Uh-huh.
This is
Final.
why-
Wait a second.
Wait a minute. And then D comes out and he goes, "Oh, wait, there's a last minute performer."
There were only two.
There was only 2 fucking acts.
Again, maybe there's ones that were cut out.
Maybe we just didn't see all of
But
them.
that's dumb if that's the case. Like,
I mean, there's not enough time in the movie to have more than like these 3 performances and Demi
Come
Lovato.
on. This movie was an hour and 37 minutes.
Yeah.
That's long.
well, they could have just done like a 1-minute montage of a couple other acts.
Yeah,
That's
they
true.
could have.
Where
They
they-
could have cut out the
They
first
should have
5
showed
minutes
just
of the
some
movie.
guy going on a trumpet, like going hard, and
girl
some
on the
tambourine,
tambourine.
and like
Girl, kazoo.
No,
Sorry, that's Demi
the
Lovato.
kazoo-
Demi,
the kazoo player was not allowed to be in Final Jam. Didn't you
You're right,
hear?
you're right. I'm sorry.
Right.
Sorry. Okay. So, first off, how is Peggy allowed to last minute come on?
Remember when they announced the list?
Yeah.
That
Does
was
the
like
list mean nothing?
it must mean nothing. That must be everyone who wanted to sign up because if they exclude anyone, that's shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Is it like a tryout thing? Like, what?
I don't know.
They don't
This time.
explain. Okay, anyway. So it's like Margaret. And they go, "Who's Margaret?" And it's Peggy.
She goes,
Margaret
I am.
Dupree.
Yeah, which Peggy is a nickname.
Yeah.
Side note, in this
And
song, she's not the actress isn't singing.
No, she's also not playing the guitar.
No, I'm saying
That's not the
that's not her
actress.
voice.
Oh, really?
I found that on the Wikipedia page.
Oh, right. Wasn't that like the demo or something and they just like kept it or was it just they
I don't know what
singing
I don't
voice?
remember who it is. It's in Renee Sands is actually the singing voice, not the actress that plays Peggy.
Well,
Wow. I feel like
And you know what? She doesn't sing in the second one.
Nope.
Even though she literally, spoiler alert, but not whatever, she wins Final Jam. She doesn't have a song in the second one.
yeah.
You know who else doesn't have a song? Lola.
She's not even in it.
Not even in it.
You know who does have a song?
Jonas. You gotta give Nick a song. Come on. Well, anyway, so she's singing "Here I Am."
Make them listen.
Yeah, I think this song's boring.
I also think this song is boring.
The best part is the montages.
But here's the thing. We got to remember.
What's those?
No, the montages are fantastic. It's so funny because they're flashing back to all of her scenes in the movie of her
Being
like
pissed at Tess?
yes.
Yeah.
But it's funny because she's not a character in this movie. I'm still saying she's not
Yeah.
because she has had no personalization until this point in the
Yeah.
movie.
Name one personality trait Peggy has.
None. I can't.
She's a non-existent
I
character.
don't even know anything about her.
And that's why it's so funny to
Besides
me.
her
They're
name.
doing flashbacks to basically every scene she was in. And we're acting like this is a big emotional triumph moment when it is the least earned you could possibly be.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So
Okay,
that's
anyway.
funny to me. The flashbacks are the best part. I would agree. I don't think this song is that. I think it's a pretty boring song. And also,
I like
the
it.
performance, like, yeah, she's playing the guitar weirdly.
Okay, but she's not actually.
Yeah.
No,
not
she's
playing
playing
guitar.
like
She's strumming so fast, her fingers are not doing chords. She just kind of moves her hand once to higher up on the neck. Like she is not playing that guitar at all.
no. It's very clearly.
So, yeah, all of that happens. And, like, I think the performance is pretty mediocre.
Yeah.
Like,
The best part is when she like throws her hand up. So you gotta scream until there's nothing. And then she throws her hand up to her head. That part's good.
Yeah.
That's
But-
it.
but, like, also, if we're just looking at this as a show, it's just a girl with a guitar on stage. That's just
Yeah.
kind of simple.
It's very meh.
Yeah. It's no
I
trampoline.
do really like the song because I like songs that you can sing and it's very like fun to sing.
Yeah.
So
Alright, so song's over. She goes backstage. Tess says,
Side note, wait, actually.
what?
Here I Am and This Is Me are very much
Yeah.
the same title.
yeah, I was
Because the songs are saying the same
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
thing. Like
That's dumb.
yeah, okay. So Peggy goes backstage and Tess comes up and she goes, "You were really good. I didn't know you were that good. And when someone is that good, someone should tell them."
it was
That
very
is such a
it's-
terrible apology.
and it's very
She,
wordy.
she does then say, "And also, I'm sorry."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Okay, thank you."
Weirdo.
Yeah, she was like, thanks, and left.
Okay. I also pointed out it's a pretty small crowd for Final Jam, to be honest.
Well, like, there's only 5 people in
Everybody
camp
fucking
anymore.
Everybody fucking left. So there's no one to be in the audience. It's all like you think the people that didn't get in a Final Jam want to sit and fucking watch?
No.
Right. I'm like, these are literally the audience are the parents waiting to pick up the kids that are performing in Jam.
Yeah, for real. Okay, so then Brown goes, "It is officially the end of Final Jam. Time for the judges to judge. They're gonna go in private," which is literally just the
It's
back
not
of the
private in slightest. They just go to the back of the room,
because they
and
needed
where
it
there
to
are
be
people,
dramatic.
there are people sitting there,
Yeah.
like watching the show.
How is that more private than the table they were sitting?
It's literally not.
It's not. Okay, anyway. Then a little like dun happens
Yeah.
in the lights, and he's like, "Hold on, what's going on?" He goes backstage, and there's Mitchie and Caitlin like holding hands, like, "Oh, I hope this works." And they say, "It's officially the end of Final Jam." And Brown goes, "I was hoping you'd figure it out."
So dumb. I feel
What's in on it.
it's so dumb. Like
How did they figure it out?
ugh.
And then he goes, "All right."
Also,
He goes, like,
if he was
"Kick
trying to
off."
come up with a loophole for them, that means he believes they didn't steal the bracelet.
Why?
Yeah, why didn't he just not punish them?
Like, who's really gonna be mad? Is it?
Tess.
Oh, you know what? It's probably Tessa's mom. Probably donates a lot of money to the
yeah.
camp.
A shit ton, yeah.
That's probably it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, whatever.
Fucking
So then he goes,
capitalism.
"All right, go up there and rocket pump it."
Yep. I love that.
All right, so So Caitlyn goes like, okay, and she runs backstage, and there's a wide shot during the song of Caitlyn just kind of on the side of the stage behind her keyboard, like, guys, Caitlyn was involved in this too. Don't forget, okay? But obviously she produced the song, like, whatever. This is Mitchie's moment. So she comes out, the song starts playing, it's This Is Me. She comes out and she's very shy at first. I always been the kind of girl who hid my face, so afraid to tell the world what I got to say.
And this kazoo playing sounds really good.
It is very good.
She's really good.
And
really
then
good. She does her flip around.
Yes.
This is real.
And then she breaks her knees.
This is what I want to say about this. This Is Me is probably the best song in Camp Rock,
It
both
is
movies.
So good.
Yeah.
But the way Demi Lovato is dancing in this song particularly, probably in the other ones too, I don't think she's that good of a dancer, if I'm being honest.
She's better in the second one, at least.
They probably did more
There's
effort.
more choreography in the second one.
But she is not doing well. She's still got the big smile face thing that I
Yeah.
talked about earlier.
But
But
it's
also,
less so, it's more of a serious, dramatic song.
yeah, the demi knees, as we've called them, where she has her legs at like a 45-degree angle, and then she bends her knees inward so that
Yeah.
her like knee to thigh or thigh areas are parallel to her body.
They're like angles.
Yeah.
They're like acute angles.
And-
or obtuse.
And it just is weird. And it's like really distracting.
It is. And she just like is bouncing up and down a little bit too, like while like bending.
She is shaking her hair in her head so many times.
Yeah.
Like, don't forget to shake your hair around. It's so funny.
It's yeah. The performance so far, it's giving room for design.
Okay, and then sorry, I'm looking at your notes and I see it's not on there, so I'm gonna say it.
What?
Because Shane is like, that's the girl. And then Nick is like, that's or
That must be the song.
No.
he's
No,
like,
no, that's
the
the
song. And Nick
Okay.
is like, that must be the girl.
The
And then Kevin is like, you think? And I'm like, the fact that the dumb person, the quote unquote dumb character, was the one that was like, you think?
Yeah.
Was so good.
No, the fact that he's been turned around for the full first verse of the song.
He doesn't
even know.
realize.
He doesn't
It's
realize.
so dumb.
He's like, oh, another song is playing. I don't care. I'm picking a winner.
Yeah.
And then he turns
He takes his
around.
job very seriously.
Yeah.
Around in slow motion
Yes.
during the chorus. It goes,
It's so good.
Yeah.
The slow mo. Oh my god.
so good. It's so good.
So
Okay, so then she does the second verse, whatever, and then she hits her big note, the "This is me," and her arms are up,
do.
and then Shane comes in. You're the voice.
He
I
has
hear
a
inside."
microphone
He
himself.
grabbed the microphone from
The announcer.
Like, ground. Yeah,
Yeah.
you could see him kind of grabbing it, and then he starts. You're the voice I hear inside my head. The reason that I'm singing. I need to find you. Lip noises.
Well, okay.
Okay, no noises, but he like lips his.
This is
lip.
one of our favorite moments that doesn't get talked about a crazy amount.
It was. We did discover it though because of TikTok.
Yes.
Yes. He like licks his little lips right after he says, "I need to find you.
Does a lick lip.
I gotta find you."
A
So,
lip lick.
that's how we rang in the new year. What was that? 2022?
2021.
2021?
My gut says 21.
21.
Yeah.
It was one of the New Years when we lived at Jank House.
We had
We're
no
like,
idea what
What
to
should
do.
we do at midnight? Oh, let's time it out perfectly that the Joe Jonas lips are right at midnight.
Yeah, we were, to be fair, when we were deciding what to count down, it was like less than like 20 minutes.
It was
to
like
midnight.
8 minutes away.
Yeah, so we had to figure out something and figure it out
And we were
fast.
just like listening to DCOM music.
Yeah, we were just vibing.
If you don't know, we like DCOMs.
Yeah. Okay. So then he kicks in, and then she starts singing to "I need to find you, I gotta find you."
And she goes, stays up.
This is a real. This is me. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
so good. It goes together so well because he wrote the
Yeah,
song for
well,
that
it's
song.
something where like they really worked it well, the music producers for this
Yes.
movie, to
Yeah.
make two songs that do work separately, but were clearly designed for each other.
Because his inspiration for Gotta Find You
Was
is from
it?
This Is Me.
Yeah,
He heard
it works
me.
plot wise, but it also works like song wise.
Yeah.
It works well.
Yeah.
Also, their microphones are just touching.
Yeah.
Oh, they definitely cut one
They
off.
like one of them is definitely off because otherwise the feedback would be terrible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, there's like one part later where she's like, "This is real. This is me," and
Yeah,
she keeps going up.
And he goes, "You're the voice," while she's going, "Me," and he's like,
But then she starts singing again, and that note is still going.
"Oh yeah, like she's singing."
Well, that's the thing. It's live production
Yeah,
from the
so-
world's best music
So
producer.
Caitlin
Right.
has the voice track of her.
By the way, Caitlin's there.
Yeah,
Right.
right. I just mentioned she is there.
She is still on the stage.
She somehow just made it instrumental for.
How did she get on the
Shane.
stage?
She went like back behind the stage to the other side.
Okay. But it felt like where she was on the stage is way closer to the crowd.
Yeah.
So it'd be like, how did she sneak a keyboard there?
Oh, I don't know.
I have no idea.
She like hacked the whole system so that
Look.
they could do it with the
She's great. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. It's great. And then they hold hands.
Yes.
Oh, it's so good.
And don't kiss.
No, you're not allowed to kiss until the second movie. It's a DCOM rule.
Yes.
Unless
Unless
you're
there's not
fucking-
going to be a
Their
second
mouths
movie.
are like inches from each other.
And they look at each other, and it's so good. It's so good. It's the best part of the movie. All right, so then they announce the winner, and the winner's Peggy. She did it.
Yay.
And you get to record with Shane Gray, and they say Shane and not Connect 3. You get to record with Shane. And then Tess tells Mitchie and Caitlin that they were really great, and she's like, "Oh, also I told Brown that you didn't take my bracelet, even if it doesn't fucking matter at this point."
Yeah.
But I guess that's why they get to sing in the final jam.
Yeah.
Yeah, the final jam.
Otherwise, they'd be banned from it, you know? Although, even though...
No, it's after.
It's past
You're
the
right,
end
it
of
is
Final
after.
Jam.
No, I think everybody would have been able to participate in that
You're right,
because it
'cause
is the last.
It's the end of Final Jam.
I think they made it so everybody had a part in that.
Yeah.
Which is why I was like, why are Shane and Mitchie in the middle?
Yeah, okay,
We'll
we'll
talk about that. We have some complaints.
Okay.
Okay, so, whatever. They're like, "See you next summer," and they're like, "Okay," and Caitlin and Mitchie are just kind of like, "That was weird."
Yeah,
Like,
it was
But
weird.
I guess. Okay. And then Mitchie sees her parents and they're like, "We're so sorry you didn't win." And she goes, "But I did win. I won the best summer of my life."
Shut up.
Cringe.
You were lying the whole summer, girl. You were lying the whole
She's
time.
lying now.
And I don't lie. So then Shane comes in and he goes, "Guess my search is over." And they
Cute.
and they introduce themselves again. They go, "Hi, I'm Mitchie. Hi, I'm Shane." And he goes, "You up for a canoe ride later?"
Yay.
It's so cute.
It's very
It's so
cute. This
Okay.
is why I love
And
it.
now it's the final song. It's the final jam session.
Jam
Yeah.
session.
So every other song in this movie is diegetic.
Which
is
means they know
they're
that
singing.
they are singing in the movie.
Our argument, at least mine, is this song is not.
This is like the one song that kind of starts to break that they know that they're singing because it makes no
as
fucking
like a
sense.
transition
If
to the
this
next
was
one?
actually a song that was happening in real life, this doesn't make sense.
Because how
at
did they
all.
rehearse it like that? Shane is never supposed to hear what Mitchie sounds like.
Mitchie was banned.
She was banned. Mitchie and Shane have the two lead parts.
Yeah.
Kevin
Oh.
and Nick Jonas have a part.
Yeah, they have,
they're
like,
not
a
a part of
line.
the camp.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. So we're saying this is probably more so just in the narrative. Same as when Teen Beach Movie has a final number, even though they're in the real world now.
Yeah.
Like, we're
It's
supposed
just
to
like-
assume that
Just
that's
like, hey,
not
this
really
is
happening.
fun. This is the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry about
Don't
it.
worry about it. And in Camp Rock 2, they definitely have numbers that you're
That are like-
that you're like, this isn't actually happening.
Oh yeah, 100% there are things like that.
Yeah.
Like when
So
they're-
I'm saying like this
yeah.
was the transition to the second movie.
Yeah, I think I would agree with that now that you guys say that, because like when I was watching it, I was like, why the hell? Like, first of all, like I can see there being like an all camp number two, like
Yeah.
as like an end of camp thing, like, hey parents, this is what we did all summer.
Yeah.
Like,
No, it makes sense.
and for people who didn't make it or didn't want to participate in Final Jam, otherwise they
Yeah.
could be a part of the all camp jam.
But
right?
the execution doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it does. Why would they be in the like Shane and Mitchie should not be in the middle? Like,
No, because he's never supposed to have heard her before. Like, whatever. So we're just believing that this is just really happening in the narrative.
The song also is not great, in my opinion.
eh.
We rock.
It's just
We rock.
repetitive and
Yeah.
boring.
I like the beginning part of the chorus. The raise your hands up in the air and scream. I like that part.
Following our dreams.
We rock.
Yeah, it's pretty. I
We
like that.
rock. We rock with the guitar movement.
Yes.
We rock on.
And like every character basically gets a couple lines
Yeah.
where they say a couple things, and then that's the movie.
I do. I think I want to go back and rewatch it now with the framework of it being like a song that they don't know they're singing, because I think that would make more sense.
Yeah.
Before I forget, let's quickly rate the Final Jam performances.
Okay. Number one is Demi Lovato, but that one
This is
doesn't
your
count.
personal rating.
Yeah. Apparently that one doesn't count. But if it did count, obviously Mitchie did the best, and Shane Gray comes in and they absolutely kill it, and it was the best. But aside from that one, definitely Hasta La Vista. That one was so fun with the trampolines, and then 2 stars, and then Here I Am.
For me, I think I'm gonna go number one, Hasta La Vista, both because This Is Me doesn't technically count, but even more than that, like the dancing was pretty boring, and she's singing with a judge, which is also unfair.
Fair.
Disqualified.
Number two is This Is Me. Because, well, I like Hasta La Vista. I don't like any of the others. So, This Is Me, even though it's got, like, the technicality said should disqualify it, it's better. I'm probably going to say Here I Am, because at least that one got to finish, even if the performance was boring. At least it was a song that ended.
I like the drama of 2 stars, though.
And then 2 stars at the end for me.
All right.
What do you got, Bay?
Okay, I don't care that it doesn't count. It's my number one. This Is Me, because it's just fucking iconic.
Duh.
Hasta La Vista is so fun though, so that's obviously gotta be my second. Like, it's just so fun and upbeat, and I have like a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
God. All right, and then third, yeah, Here I Am. I do like to sing that song. I do genuinely think it's good, and I don't like 2 stars at all. So
You two have the same ranking, and then I...
No, I have
no,
Hasta La
you're right.
Vista
No, we
first.
all have different rankings.
yes, we do.
On average, though, that puts This Is Me, Hasta La Vista, Here I Am, 2 star.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
Which, sure, that's fine.
Which is
That's-
Jay's ranking.
which is what I ranked it. Thank you. I was right.
All right. What do you guys think of Camp Rock?
I'll give my opinion on it first. It is a movie that is simultaneously extremely DCOM, but also its own thing, where there are good elements to the movie, and by good I mean like stuff that I find really funny and really exciting about it. But there's also like more fluff in it than you think there's going to be every time. The things that I enjoy about the movie do come up at enough of a rate for me to say I like the movie,
Yeah.
but it also just is not going to hit one of the higher tiers for me, because it's just like there's too much stuff that I don't care about in it. But that's my take.
Okay, babe.
I love this movie. That should not surprise anybody. But like, I think watching it now, and especially alone, not in a group, it's kind of hard to watch because I just get really mad. Because I'm like, Tess is a bitch and I'm mad at her.
Well, that's the point.
I know. And so like I'm like, well, clearly it's evoking strong emotions in me, so it's gotta be like, I'm like, it's a good movie because it's doing what it's supposed to. And I do genuinely enjoy it watching it, besides like being mad at the characters. Yeah, it's not the best DCOM I've ever seen. I would like, and as far as like with in movies in general,
Well,
or we're just talking,
DCOM, because
yeah.
like we already know DCOMs are not as good as
Yeah.
movies in
I
general.
would
We're not here telling
Yeah.
you that DCOMs
Okay.
are equivalent to cinema.
Yeah.
Yeah, well then for as far as DCOMs go, it's definitely in my top third. I would probably say top quarter.
Cool. Yeah. My opinion, this movie is pretty cringe, but in a way that I like, in a way that I can laugh at it.
Yeah.
And it's iconic. It was a pop culture moment. I'm
Not too many DCOMs were, but this definitely
This
was.
definitely was. It's a musical, which I generically like. Is every song a banger? No, absolutely not. But it is a musical. Some songs are bangers. That's a good time. So, like, overall, is it actually pretty quality? Nah. But is it
No.
like fun to watch, especially with a group? Yes.
Yes.
So that's my opinion. Final Jank House ranking for this movie is 53.
Which is
Pretty in the middle.
pretty in the middle.
BenG has
We
it.
used to have it really low,
We
actually.
did, but then we moved it up.
Every single time we would regularly do re-rankings, and this was one of the first DCOMs we watched. And
Yeah.
every single time Camp Rock would move up. The first we got from watching it, the more we would just joke about the like little in-house memes that we
Yes,
have
made
about
it
it.
so much
Your
better.
drummer dude is definitely the biggest one for our house.
Yeah.
That and like she's really good, but that one's like global.
Yeah.
No one talks about your
You're
drummer,
a drummer, dude.
Yeah.
We talk about your drummer, dude.
He just pulls out drumsticks.
And then the lips.
You're a
The
drummer,
lips,
dude.
yeah.
The Joe Jonas lips during This Is Me also. Yeah. So we keep moving it up. There's so many memes. There's so many little
Yeah.
ha-has.
I think the reason, especially for Jank House, we moved it up is because we did also rank on like enjoyment as a group, and it
Yeah.
just kept giving us enjoyment. So
Yeah.
It lasted.
yeah.
Not all DCOMs
Longevity.
last.
Yeah.
Yeah. BenG has it at 48, so a little higher, and I have it at 33.
Yeah, I think mine would be probably around the 33.
Yeah.
Like,
So BenG has it in B tier. I also have it in B tier. So we both have it in B tier. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good time.
It is an above average time.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
That is Camp Rock.
This is
Camp
our
Rock.
longest podcast to
Oh,
date
definitely.
by a good amount.
It's 3 hours.
Yeah, we've been recording for over 3 hours. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to cut down.
So honestly, I don't think we took that like we didn't really
tangent that much.
So yikes.
Just some kazoo plan.
Yeah, hope you enjoyed this. If you got this far, leave us a like and subscribe.
Yeah, if you got this far, you should stay.
Stay tuned for Camp Rock 2. Who the fuck knows when we're going to roll?
Yeah,
who
we
knows?
spin that all up. Oh,
Maybe years.
It could take a while.
Yeah, it could be another year or so.
Yeah.
yeah. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, our social media accounts. We got our TikTok,
Yeah.
the DCOM duo.
Yup.
Put underscores in between the words.
Maybe.
And then our YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Those are the ways to listen.
Those are the ways
Yeah.
to comment.
Email us at thedcomduo@gmail.com. That one doesn't have underscores.
And let them know if you sent them the stickers.
Yeah,
Please
we're
tell
still
us.
wondering about that.
Please tell us if you sent us.
But also, it's kind of funny if you don't. But like, send us from an anonymous email.
like
Don't reply.
Say this is real. This is me. I sent you the sticker. All right. Let's spin the wheel.
All right, so
What
we're
do you
gonna have to
think
do
it's
our
gonna be?
predictions for the next podcast.
I think the next one is Camp Rock 2.
You think that?
We're gonna have you back real quick.
Yeah, real quick.
I'm gonna.
Ooh, it would be so cool if it was zombies, though.
I'm gonna say Hatching Peak.
I'm gonna say Halloween Town 2.
Oh, shit! All right,
Oh,
let's
yeah.
go.
Drums.
A little guitar, please.
Ding, 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 ding. Yeah.
Ooh, ew.
Ew!
Ew. What's the first one?
It's Under Wraps.
1997.
It's the
Yay.
first one, which we would have had to watch the
Yeah.
first one anyway.
Well, this is technically a series, but also not really.
Well, this one, okay.
This one's
It
not
is
a series.
a series in the remake. So this is the very first DCOM Under Wraps was.
Officially.
They remade it in 2021, and then they made a second one.
Yes. And we're talking about the original Under Wraps.
And that is what we rolled. So we're being honest. It's Under Wraps from 1997, the very first
I think that one's
DCOM.
not on Disney Plus, so we're gonna have to go
Oh yeah, you're gonna
rent
have to
that.
buy it.
Oh, I think I bought it.
Oh yeah, I think you
You
did.
did.
Because we're gonna have to watch it again. Okay. Stay tuned.
For Under Wraps.
Under Wraps in 2 weeks. Another Halloween one.
Hey, there's a lot of Halloween
There are,
DCOMs.
but
There
we
are.
just watched Girl vs. Monster.
All right.
And now we're watching Under Wraps.
Any thoughts on Under Wraps yourself, Bay?
I don't think I watched the 1997 version.
Oh, lucky you. I fell asleep during it. So.
I did watch the 2021, and like the quality was fine, but like the plot was not.
Yeah, it wasn't very good for a recent one, was it?
No.
But this is the OG, so maybe it'll be different.
We'll let you know. We'll see how it is. Join us in 2 weeks for Under Wraps.
Woot.
Thank you guys so much for listening.
We've been the DCOM duo.
With
We're a
Bay.
trio, but we'll be a duo next week. And
Yeah.
by next week, I mean 2 weeks from now. Okay, bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Scenes from our next episode.
Why is this the first scene ever in a DCOM? This is literally horrific.
This is literally a horror film.
Okay, why is the movie not as good as when it was literally a horror film?
Oh god, why is the mummy making so many noises? That's the mummy.
Hot sauce.
Ugh.
Hot sauce.
Mummy's like hot sauce.
Oh, that mummy.
Oh,
Harold.
oh.
That was his name. I remember.
Harold, he's in love.
Poor Harold.
I forgot